Jingle bells, Batman smells, Batman late in the Batmobile
Cody's
lost
not
the
singing.
lone Joker got
It's
away.
Christmas.
Hey!
Christmas songs. And that's what it was like to watch this movie.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Donnie, Brian, Rob, and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
Ho, 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 everybody. Welcome to the 4 a.m. podcast.
It's been a while.
The podcast about Christmas.
We only do holidays now.
That's right.
Well, it's kind of like how often we
That's how it's ended
record.
up.
We're like the calendar man of podcasts.
Jesus. That would explain our popularity as well.
Well,
You know, can I just say, like it's been a long time since we've done the podcast, and I was forgetting about, you know, this part of my life, and then the pod signal went off, and I went through the whole thing where I was riding the zip line. I got in the Lion, and I, did my whole Power Ranger thing to come down here to form Voltron to find out it was for this fucking movie. And I'm quite mad.
it's like being cast as Batman and then remembering that means you have to be a part of the DCEU.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck it. Voltron doesn't need his left leg today. He can hop on one foot. It's fine.
What the hell, Joe?
What?
You know my foot is hurt. I don't know. Shut up.
A one-legged Voltron with a bad ankle could have handled this movie.
That's true. I mean,
I think a one-legged Voltron filmed this movie.
Yeah.
And wrote it.
so right off the bat, listeners, if you're triggered by fat shaming, just turn this off right now.
Rob.
Also, be very much aware that anyone on this podcast that is fat shaming is definitely throwing rocks in a glass house.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
Hot calling kettle fat.
I'm gonna be saying a lot of stuff that you might not agree with or enjoy.
We're all very angry at what we just
I'm
watched.
so upset.
Yeah. I mean,
How many snacks can we get him?
This is not a
not
snack.
gonna-
Yeah.
This is not a snack based issue.
there's bad filmmaking, and then there's lazy filmmaking.
And this is both. This is bad, lazy filmmaking. And they're not even like shy about it. Anyway, I guess we should probably introduce ourselves and the movie before we get into this. But man, we're all chomping at the bits, just like this fat kid was. All right, I'm your host, host. Today I'm Rob Chubbington, and I'm joined. Shut up! Don't even look at me. You son of a bitch. Tony, say hi.
Hi,
Give yourself a fun name.
I'm Gooby.
Yeah, you're Gooby, all right.
I'm Will, the magic snowman.
All right.
I was gonna be Ho 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 Joe, but it was stolen from me.
I mean,
Joe.
It still works, yeah.
Yeah. Can I just be Ho Ho Joe?
Yeah,
Like,
you can be Ho-Ho Joe.
I'm all right with that.
That's your name in my phone.
All right.
Can I change my name so I'm no longer an elf on a shelf and now I'm a Vegeta and a cheetah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So we watched 2021's Home Sweet Home Alone. Tony,
Yes.
tell us about this movie
Any
using just from memory.
any interesting trivia?
I doubt it.
Not a lot, because, this
It just came out, right?
movie just
Around
came out.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, indeed.
Chris Parnell recorded all of his lines in actuality at the at his contract signing. He just did it on his phone and handed it over.
I think they just requested a cameo.
I think you're right.
I think they just ordered an Uber outside his house and caught him talking to the driver. So this is Home Sweet Home Alone from 2001, as already mentioned. Is directed by Dan Mazer, who directed wonderful movies like that and I Give It a Year and Dirty Grandpa.
Oh God.
Little Dan Mesa, who wanted a laser, but instead Santa shot him in the balls with a taser.
He also is one of the writers behind Borat and Bruno and some of the allergy stuff.
So now little Dan can't get hard in the bone. So he took it out on us all by making Home Sweet Home Alone.
And I tried looking up some fun facts and things.
There are no fun facts.
There aren't. I did find the only thing that was even mildly interesting or amusing was, according to IMDb, they wanted to point out that Max Mazer and Matthew Mercer, Matt Mercer, sorry, and Matthew Mercer. Max Mercer, fuck, whatever. So the fictional kid in this movie has no relation to a real man. Someone put that as trivia.
I mean, yes, the kid in this movie has nothing in common with a real man. That is for sure.
Yes. But the one...
Except for Josh Gad.
And what's that Australian comedian?
Oh, I swear to God.
I don't know. What are we doing?
Okay, sorry. Fuck, I hate my life. So the one interesting fact that I did see that was added to the IMDb Daily Bugle there is when talking about this with Christopher Columbus, who is promoting Christmas Chronicles Part 2. So just keep that in mind.
Is that the one with
Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Yes.
That still technically counts as better things to do than be involved with this.
Yeah, that smells awful, by the way.
Yeah.
It usually
It's only
does.
going to get worse.
Speaking of, what he said when talked about this movie,
No comment?
better. Nobody got in touch with me about this. It's a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. What's the point? I'm a firm believer in you don't remake a film with the longevity of Home Alone. You're not going to create lightning in the bottle again. It's just not going to happen. So why do it?
So keep doing that shit with Ghostbusters.
Yeah. It's like doing a paint by numbers versions of Disney animated films, a live action version of that, which they do a lot. So what's the point? It's been done. Do your own thing. Even a miserable failure is at least something original.
Damn. Struck a nerve with old Chris.
So yeah.
I mean, that was essentially going to be my review at the end. Like,
Bless you, Chris Columbus.
I think listeners at home, you could probably just stop with the episode now.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we can't really put it any better than that.
I wonder if, so is that, sorry. So that means they didn't ask, he said they didn't ask him.
Yeah, they didn't talk to him at all.
Don't ask, don't tell.
I didn't take any notes, so I forgot all the parts I wanted to talk about in this movie already.
You know everything that happened in this movie because you saw Home Alone.
Yeah.
Fat kid tortures people.
But
You're caught up. All right.
it's that time, Tony, for you to quiz us about the budget.
Well, unfortunately, I could not find a budget, and since it's a streaming service, I could not. I don't think there is a.
Yeah, there's no way to tell what it made.
How much it made. Yeah. I think they were just too ashamed of the budget to list it anywhere because all the sites I know to check had nothing.
I think we could firmly agree the budget was too much.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
whatever number
Yes,
it is.
there's no number low enough to not
Yeah.
be too much. Unless it was like within 3 digits.
Well,
Whatever.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure they got that kid for a sack of White Castle burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like whatever Chris Parnell cameo costs and
2 Andy Daly cameos.
Andy Daly.
Pete Holmes.
I don't know who
King
Pete
Tom.
Holmes is.
You know him from the movie. He was the loudest uncle that got the most screen time because that's Pete Holmes. He's a comedian. He had his own show. He has had a very popular show on HBO called Crashing. I don't know if that's still happening after the pandemic or what, but he's a comedian. If you don't follow
I mean,
that
obviously,
stuff, you don't know.
he shouldn't be popular if he is. So, anybody that follows him or is a fan of his work, stop.
You've seen some of his stuff. I'm sure you have, like the Batman stuff he's done.
Oh, did he do the College Humor Batman stuff?
Yes, he's Batman.
Bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Now you're caught in a trap.
Now caught in a trap.
Just shut
Now
up.
you feel like Ernie Hudson.
Just shut up.
He never struck me as a man of artistic integrity.
No.
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
He
probably
smelled-
he didn't write that. He just
No,
does
he
a-
got a good paycheck out of
Yeah,
it. I don't
he-
blame him.
he
This
does.
is the. I was gonna wait till we get into casting, but since we're here,
I mean,
this is the problem. We have a bunch of people that could be fine,
If you-
but do nothing.
If you just gave me the rundown of the casting, I would be like, oh, I'm like mildly excited. I would, if it was streaming, I'd be like, I'll stream that. Like,
And here's the downside. I've actually seen most of this movie prior. So this is kind of my second viewing. Partly because I don't know anyone else here, but I'm aware of Aisling B, who
Yeah.
played the mother, who I
Cass-
think was by far the best part of this.
I mean,
I feel like they didn't
because
do her a
she
lot,
just
give her a lot to
completed-
do,
yeah,
but yeah.
But she just played it completely straight the whole time.
Yeah.
And she was in it for all of 5 minutes.
Yeah, she had a very small part and everything, but we'll get into more of that
Yeah,
later.
I've seen her
But-
season of Taskmaster.
Yes,
Yeah, she's really
I
good there.
watched
I haven't
Taskmaster
gotten to
and-
that season yet, but like she's the only person in this movie that doesn't like stick her head up her own ass and fart it.
Yes.
So I mean,
That happened.
you're talking like pretty.
Low bar.
Yeah,
She is the only person at no point in this movie I hated. I
It's
hated
not that
everyone
she
else.
succeeded; she just didn't fail.
Well, no, she
Correct.
did. I think she did succeed as well. Like, I actually cared for like what she had going on. It just
I didn't-
wasn't much.
I did not care.
She was
like,
the straight person in the.
Catherine. She had
Yeah.
nothing on Catherine Harris. It's like because it doesn't do enough to actually set her up as an interesting character.
Well, yeah, but that's the fault on the movie. I'm just talking about her.
Her performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, her performance is fine.
When she
but
seemed
it's
upset, I felt a little upset. Not enough because the movie sucked and I couldn't care.
like, yeah,
but,
it was hard to judge when I was upset or.
but if she was doing this in a real movie, I might actually feel emotions.
Yeah, unfortunately, this comes nowhere close to a real movie.
Yes.
And the little kid was really funny in Jojo Rabbit,
Yeah.
and obviously has some comedic skills, but was just, again,
He was there.
he was just fed shit and had to eat shit.
Now, I'm sure he wasn't fed only shit. It looked like he was fed quite a lot. And
And there's fat jokes in the movie.
there's fat-
And so
it's
it
like
begins.
The whole, but it's like subtle. It's just like
My mother says I'm not ugly. She says I have character.
have character, and then it's like,
And I was like, my mom said that about me too.
and like immediately the first thing when he comes on screen, I'm like, oh, this kid. I made a joke about this kid only drinking soda, and then 2 seconds later he makes a something.
Comment
he's like,
about
Eat the
drinking
soda.
6
yeah, he's
sodas.
like, I have to pee. I drank 6 sodas today, and I'm like, what are we even doing here?
Welcome to
And
modern
then
America.
the threat his mom gave him was that she wouldn't hit McDonald's on the way home. McDonald's. Despite the fact that the house they stopped in to pee was legit in the same neighborhood as them.
Yeah, which, actually, I'll just throw this in here. Aisling B. What would you guess is her country of origin?
I don't know, somewhere in the Great British Isles
America.
area.
Could you make a little more noise with that?
Could.
Rob has
Maybe one of these-
given us.
Rob is shoving his head into the treasure chest full of snacks.
It's less noisy and distracting than this film. We just watched.
That's true.
I don't know, like somewhere there,
Fair enough.
England, Ireland,
But yeah.
Scotland, one of
Oh,
those.
she is Irish as fuck.
Okay.
So I give her credit just for being able to kind of keep that under control.
And just have a British accent?
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Dude, have you seen movies? Like, she did a better job controlling that accent than
But here's the
Benedict
thing.
Cumberbatch.
Everyone in her friggin' house had a different accent, so what the hell was the point?
I don't know. That's...
Yeah, they never, like,
Home-
they talk about living in
think-
London at some point.
No, you know what the point is? I guarantee the point is that kid has an English accent and he can't control it.
But no, that's not true, because he was doing like a New Zealand thing in Jojo Rabbit, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
No?
I think he was just playing it.
I felt
Yeah,
like he was
English.
doing
She's
a...
just Britishing it up.
I felt
Yeah,
like
he
he
was
was doing
British
a Taika
and-
Waititi...
Not intentionally,
Okay.
which is my point.
Maybe he just got it from the...
Yeah.
he just picked it up on set.
Yeah, because we're talking during the World War, they were in,
Austria.
was it Austria?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not anywhere near his accent.
Okay.
But anyway,
Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. this being a holiday episode, it's got a lot of holiday commercials. Do you ever want Little Debbie snacks? You should. They're delicious. They come in all different kinds. Christmas tree brownies.
What the fuck are you doing?
Christmas tree chocolate cakes. Christmas tree vanilla cakes.
Christmas tree Reese's eggs.
That's a free ad
Christmas
you're just throwing out there.
Gingerbread people.
Is that your takeaway from this movie, to waste money?
Yeah. No, I'm hoping that if we do a commercial, we'll start getting royalties.
Well, no, but if you do that, then you need to say, Tiny Johnny's snacks are really great. Hey, Little Debbie, if you want, we could easily put your name in there. That's how you do that shit.
Listeners at home, never purchase snacks from Tiny Johnny.
Well,
That
yes.
shit will go south so fast.
But the point is, I can shell for Tiny Johnny like a motherfucker if he pays me to.
I could talk about this movie.
You were saying,
So
Joe.
then we could be done talking about this
Welcome
movie.
back to our holiday special. Joe, you were about to say something.
Well, it wasn't profound, right? I was just going to say my favorite
Nothing
character was
about this is.
the burrito that Buzz McAllister was eating. Oh my god. Because it shat all over him.
Where do we even start?
We start with a very shitty title card.
Yeah.
Oh, it was real
Just
bad.
like as if they forgot to make it and just like that day had to throw something together.
I think it was a Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody in the movie is suddenly a cat for no reason accidentally.
Yeah.
They wrote Home Sweet Home on a piece of paper and Snapchat filtered it.
I was half expecting this shit to be in Comic Sans.
And like the opening credits are just like, there they are, there they go. And that was actually kind of refreshing. But then I'm like, shit, now we have to actually get to
Right,
the
now
movie.
now the movie is happening.
Yeah. And we meet the Mackenzies. They have an open house. They have to sell their house. It's so tragic.
Why do they have to sell? Because they can't. All right, so
Yeah.
Because the husband is a sack of shit.
he is a sack of shit.
He's lost his
completely
job from a
incompetent,
few months ago, and I guess they're underwater, on the house, is what I...
I guess.
Mortgage and all that.
You live in this economy? It's
She's a
fucking
teacher,
expensive.
so
this
not
is-
making enough.
This is America. You're trying to have a house with one income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
But
Not
also,
gonna
like,
work.
I get, whatever he's in computers doing fucking what all.
He's
But
in
Data transfer management?
data
Migration.
migration.
Migration management.
But you would think he could take his base data knowledge and like learn something else that's actually
Yeah.
useful.
Or fucking get a job at Walmart for a while if you have to. While you still look for other stuff.
No.
Do something.
No,
That's not how
They would
the
rather-
Hollywood uppity ups would do
yeah,
it.
right. Yeah, Hollywood's not going to let that happen. He needs to sell a doll for $250,000 and break into a child's house
So
before he'll work at retail.
we meet that child basically by him announcing he has to pee because he drank 6 sodas.
Right.
At this
kinda
point,
fair.
Rob is trying to restrain himself
No, I
from the
wasn't.
jokes.
I was not at all.
They're just-
There was no.
I was going to say, they
point.
burst right through that damn. Like,
Like I have no patience for this movie.
so, yeah. So this is Mom's plan here. Mama, I forgot their last name already. Mama Mercer. It's like, all right, you have to pee. Let's go to this open house and pretend we're interested in buying a house. It's like, I was like, Mom, I have to pee. She'd just be like, just go pee on that house's front lawn for
Yeah,
all I
there's
care.
snow.
Well,
Like,
wait 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Live a street over.
yeah,
Well, no,
exactly.
they do address that. Because the whole... it's weird, but the whole idea is wherever they were, he didn't want to pee because the uncle...
Had eaten so many
had-
deviled eggs.
Yeah,
and
he
was in the
deviled
toilet.
eggs and was in there. And he didn't want to pee at home because he couldn't hold it. And when they got home, there'd be a bunch of people there, too. I'm not saying it's a good excuse, but I'm saying there's something said, at least.
So can you hold it for five minutes while we drive to the McDonald's to get your
Happy Meal.
pre-going home Happy Meal?
And your 7th soda.
Yeah.
Your little toy. Your Olaf toy.
That is the other thing that we don't get into, but like it seems they left a big meal to hit McDonald's on the way home. Now I don't know how far of a drive this was, but that's that seems like a lot.
He's in the Fat Chat Hall of Fame in the
I
first
guess so.
5 minutes of the movie.
So, this kid, is he likable?
No.
No,
No, he's
He
a
goes-
dick.
He goes in this house, goes right up to Mr. McKenzie here, John McKenzie.
sorry, just
Yeah.
real quickly, not the actor. the character.
Well, yeah,
Maybe
that's,
the actor.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it could
maybe
be,
he's a
but I
little
don't
piece
know.
of shit.
I'm not blaming anything on the actors.
Here's
here.
the
I'm
thing,
just-
though. In the defense of this
Mhm.
product,
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister was a little piece of shit too. He was not particularly likable.
He was.
I was more on his
he was
side.
more likable. Yeah.
I was more on his side because
He had
his
an-
family sucked.
Well, so
This guy's family sucks too.
but to go where I'm going with this, Kevin McAllister was up against two like unrequittable, nasty people.
Right, because
Like-
there was an actual like story based on
Yeah.
his situation.
So
There was some
even if he
there was a
wasn't that
redemption
great,
arc.
he was still like, you know, the definitely the good guy in comparing the two.
yeah.
Also,
but when
he
he
started out as more of a shit, but he did have more redeeming qualities as
yes,
well.
yes. I mean, his thing
And
was
he learned
more
stuff.
of like,
Yeah.
like you could like it showed him in the midst of his family and his family being an ass to him.
Mhm.
So immediately you got the sense that all right, this kid is kind of put upon by his thousand relatives living in his house for no reason.
Mm.
But then it's like you also felt really bad because he was being a shit to Catherine O'Hara, who was like legitimately a likable character. Who actually
Even
like
she was being, you know.
Also, it was confirmed he was going to have to share his bed with a bedwetter that night too.
Yeah,
And
which
that,
was
you're
his
gonna be
actual-
a shit that whole
No,
day.
it's
when
his
you know
actual
that's
brother.
happening.
so
He
you
didn't
know,
get
that's
any
what you get.
pizza. His Uncle Frank
Right,
was
yeah, yeah.
being mean.
But I'm saying, but he was still kind of a shit to his mom.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
share my bedroom with you if you were growing out of my ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this kid, he just walks up to John McKenzie here and just starts being a shit. He's like, "You look like Frankenstein. Blah, blah. I hate you. I want one of your sodas." Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, no, fuck this kid.
Listen, when
Yeah.
your blood sugar's low, you'll do all kinds of crazy shit. You know.
so
we
now-
can all attest to that.
for no reason, John McKenzie's like, "Here's this crate full of weird dolls," and
It was my mom's who I guess died recently.
yeah,
Or something.
and then
Yesterday.
So
She got
Miss
smuggled
Mercer
them out
here
of Germany for
is-
unknown reasons.
Yeah.
The dolls from Brazil.
So Miss Mercer's like, "Oh, some of those are worth a lot of money. All right, I gotta go," and they leave.
They state their full names for some
Hey,
weird
yeah.
reason.
Hey, it's been 5 minutes. Was that enough time to set up this movie? Yep. Oh, see you later.
So then,
It's like my name is first, middle, and last name.
And my home address is bleep bloop blop.
This is my
Oh,
blood
yeah.
type.
so
These
But
are my
we also
deepest
waste
fears.
time with the like a couple again, not as well known but somewhat celebrities that were in the kitchen just to be there.
collecting a check.
Yeah,
Like Keenan.
Well,
Mike-
yeah, Keenan's there. He's just like, "Yo, they paid me to just be here."
Grow
So,
this goatee.
Yeah.
This chin strap.
I guess I'm selling your house. Sure.
Sure.
So now you go home to Max's house and you see it's protected by McAllister security.
And it's also a mansion.
Yeah, and then just anarchy
fucking
is,
castle.
is happening in this. Yeah, in this home. There's there's people running around everywhere, Nerf guns being fired left and right. Max is like, "I've had enough. Everyone's yelling at me. I'm just gonna go into the SUV where I thought he was going to just turn it on and let the fumes
We were
choke
hoping.
him out of
It
existence."
would have made a
but
much better movie
it's been a lot darker.
and shorter.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean,
Imagine if it was just the whole movie was predicated
Like-
more on like a Weekend at Bernie's style, where like he turns the gas on and goes into the garage. So when he wakes up in the morning, the family's all dead.
yeah,
More have it like make it more comedic, right? Like his dad like messed up. Doo 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 doo. Oh, I didn't fill the car with gas. So this kid tries to off himself, passes out, but the car
Kinda
runs
half
out of
dies,
gas
yeah.
before it kills him.
This is the lighter version.
This is the lighter version, and that's how he misses the flight.
yeah. See, no one dies. It's still PG.
An attempted suicide, and then he wakes up and he thinks he's in heaven because
Oh, he's a ghost.
Yeah.
He's got his
Yeah,
house.
he
but
thinks
all
he's
his
a ghost, yeah.
Family's gone. Yeah,
He walks out naked.
yeah. And then it's and then yeah, he walks out naked. His
You think-
his fat little
He's
dick
10.
is hanging out. Like
No, he's 10. Nope.
No, his fupa could cover it.
yes,
And all the neighbors are like, what?
Yeah, they're too in shock to to process this, so he thinks they don't see him.
It's like Cartman when he's trying to like sneak out.
The comments and opinions
It's
of
essentially, that's just what we're
Rob and most of the 4am podcast do not go for all the members of the 4am podcast.
maybe-
Tony, do not not approve this child pornography.
Maybe he's very mature for his age. He's got some pubes just covering the whole thing.
Okay, it's
All right, we don't need to focus so much on the genitalia.
No, we absolutely do not. But like,
I like
so
the idea if he thinks he's dead.
he
though.
thinks he's dead.
Yes.
And these other people are coming, and like these other people come in to try and I don't even know what. Like we'll have to find a different MacGuffin because the one they had was stupid.
Maybe
to
there's
begin with.
real villains.
Yeah, like real actual villains instead of what we had here, which made no sense whatsoever.
I could tell you from the very start, and one of the reasons I shouldn't have watched this movie, but also made me a little curious about it, was when I heard one of the bad guys breaking into the house this time is Ellie Kemper from The Office.
Yeah.
The unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt herself.
Yeah, like one of the seemingly at least kindest and sweetest people, and like, so how are they possibly going to be the bad guy? And the answer is they're really not.
No.
They're just dumb.
Yeah, they're just stupid. Like, again, trigger warning, her husband is retarded.
Oh, no, please stop.
Well, I believe everyone's trying to imply he's a reanimated corpse.
And while we can't prove that, it is seen at least through portions of this movie, he routinely gets hit in the head with a lot of objects.
Yeah, which just knocked him retarded.
So, all right. The Mercers file out of here just in a hurry. Like, mom has to leave early, so before all the other kids. So she just assumes that like someone else is going to make sure her kid goes there.
Why does she have to leave early?
She's screaming it. Well, I think you were yelling at
Somehow
at this
the
point.
airline
Yeah,
messed up and they put the family on 2 flights.
Will, why do you have a smudge on your forehead?
Why do you have a smudge on your
How are
forehead?
you getting filthy in here?
Is it Ash Tuesday or something?
Oh, you were
Like,
messing
what
with the top to the
Oh.
candle.
Yeah.
You have
It is actual ash.
Yeah,
Ash
on your
Friday.
hands, and you got
We can't take him anywhere.
You just practical joked yourself. What the fuck?
I was like, is it from the candy?
You're just making it. You're just rubbing it everywhere now.
It's like freaking Harry Potter cosplay. Like,
Yeah, the only way that could have been better is if he shoved his face into the top of that thing.
I thought it was from the candy tree.
he's trying to play act as the kid from the end of the movie.
But there's a snowstorm coming, which is
The
sort of an
snowpocalypse.
element- Snowpocalypse. Snowmageddon. Whatever.
They decide Snowpocalypse is better.
I know,
But Snowmageddon is better.
But so the flight they were on got changed, so half the family, I believe, is on one flight and the other half is on the other. It's not just the mom. I believe that's their lame excuse for why Annie Daly disappears at this point as well.
There is no reason why, like, the two flights are set. There's no reason for it.
If I ever see Andy Daly, I'm going to be like, loved you in Home Sweet Home Alone.
They're really just like, this is
Sign
the
my
part in the
copy.
movie where he gets left alone.
Well, yeah, I feel like this is kind of like, well, yeah, this is the part of the movie where he gets left alone. Oh, people, it's been 30 years since that movie came out or something?
I just realized something. Whenever we watch Home Alone these days, everyone is like, oh, it would have been solved if he had a cell phone. This kid would definitely have an iPad or a cell phone or something with
Yeah.
messaging.
He's 10. He'd have something.
Thank you for interrupting me on my very similar point, but
sorry.
that's fine. But yeah, I feel like this is, as he was just saying, like, people watch this movie for 30 years now. They've found these little flaws in it. Let's put in excuses for why these things don't work. But the excuses are not very well thought out and don't make sense.
Well, they're just like, we'll just do this part. Like, this is the part where he gets separated from his family. You know it's got to happen for the movie to take place.
yeah, it's like modern horror movies where they just always happen to be in an area where there's no signal for the cell phone.
or there's an EMP.
Or the cell phone dies and just
Or
no one
how
carries
about-
a charger.
How about he packed his cell phone in his trunk and they took his trunk and not him?
Is he
Again.
Harry Potter? His trunk? You mean his, like, suitcase?
Yeah, it's got Hedwig in it. And
No,
by
he ate
Hedwig, by
And some
Hedwig, I
butterbeer.
mean a Costco-sized thing of dinosaur chicken nuggets.
I
Al Nuggets.
Again, this is the thing where we put in excuses. They're just not good ones.
I did like the touch, though, in this scene where one of the 5-year-olds is like, just has her suitcase open on the floor while everyone's running around screaming. And she's just throwing snow in her suitcase to take to
It's just,
Japan.
I don't understand.
To share with them.
It's
So
just
it-
bedlam is what it is.
And
So
it never tells you who any of the other like
You
just-
never
you-
learn another name.
You just
of
hear
any other
Uncle.
character.
You just hear Uncle and
you don't even see some of them anymore.
I
Like
don't know.
there's Parnell.
Is Andy Daly the kid's dad?
Yeah.
Is what's his name Holmes the kid's dad?
No. Andy Daly is the kid's father.
and he has the one sister that looks like Moaning Myrtle.
yeah.
Right.
Who I did not know was his sister until the very end. And even then, I'm kind of assuming because
Yeah,
we don't actually get told.
I have no idea. Like in the first, in the original Home Alone, you get at least a sense of who all these people are. Like they kind of set it up, like Uncle Frank and his wife, and then half of the people in this house are cousins.
Buzz.
Like they set that up very smartly with Joe Pesci just like standing
Yes.
there,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
like getting kind of the exposition out of the way almost.
No, this movie lazy writes it like you've seen this before. You know what's going to happen.
Right, exactly. It's just kids
get it out
everywhere.
of the
They're,
way.
they're screaming and throwing shit, and they're just awful.
But it's also in the original, like you said, we get some of those things like this is Uncle Frank, and he will have small part to play in all this, but like we set up something. It's just enough to cover his role in the movie and in the story. This is like we have tons of characters that like you see and are doing things, but you don't get names and they won't matter because they're gonna most of them are gonna disappear
They're
in
there
a
for
minute.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them also don't matter, but they're all quasi-celebrities. So you're just like, why the fuck are you here?
Well, quasi-celebrities for a certain age group of people.
Well, yeah, I say quasi, but the point, like, enough people, I'm sure, know Chris Parnell, at least
Yeah.
on some
They're
level.
higher than the D
but-
list. Like you had to spend money on them,
Yeah.
more money than you needed to.
It's like if
would
you're an
say
SNL person,
I would
you
say
know
they
Keenan,
are
you know
D-list.
Chris.
Okay, whatever. They're at whatever tier it is where you have to spend actual money.
They're
that you
recognizable
need.
enough names and faces where you're just like, well, why are they here? What's their role? And the answer is there isn't one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, great. This is probably better than Santa Inc., but still, we're not that.
What's Santa Inc?
It's gross.
Is it about tattoos?
Might as well be. Anyway, so
All right.
Because if it's about Santa comes down your chimney and just tattoos you while you're asleep. I kind of want to see that.
it's kind of like it's kind of like Ben Affleck's Batman. He just punches you with a
And now Rob is trashing out a movie he also hasn't seen.
I've seen the trailer.
In fairness, you don't need to see that movie to
Correct.
trash it.
It's
And
also
he
not
tells
a-
you if you're impish or whatever the other one is.
Anyway, so
I agree it looks bad. But anyway.
So now we cut back to the Mackenzies, who we find out now for sure they are hurting for cash. Dude can't get a job.
but it's what is? I'm sorry. What is Ellie Kemper's job? She's a
Teacher.
teacher.
Teacher,
Yeah.
You know,
So she makes
they don't
sure.
get paid enough.
Yeah.
Pay teachers more.
Right. I get that. Teachers don't get paid enough, but so he's a software of some kind person. She's a teacher. They have this house. Apparently, they're super upside down on this house because they need to like sell it yesterday or whatever.
Well, apparently not super upside down at the same time because
But they're also-
$2,000 covers it.
200,000.
Or
$200.
$200. I'm sorry.
That'll pay for her. That won't pay for that house, but that'll pay for a house. Well, depending on where it is. Where
Yeah.
did this took place in
Chicago.
that won't pay for a house.
Well, it depends
Is-
also how much money they need.
Is it
for
Chicago?
the-
I thought it was Illinois.
if they used it to keep them
I mean,
afloat for a year on mortgage payments.
Never mind. I'm an idiot.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I just said
bottom
that.
line, his brother shows up. He's here. He's like, I'm here for no reason. I'm shitty. I'm making your life shitty.
Yeah.
But
Here's my wife.
Well, we're kind of ignoring the fact that they're trying to sell this house
Yeah.
without telling their children that
Yeah.
they're selling the house.
It's like you're going to find out at some
really
point it's going to be way
matter?
more traumatic.
Does it really? What do you mean? Does it really matter?
Well, because it's just
How does it not matter?
Because it kind of doesn't.
You don't think at some point they're going to need to sit down and have a real talk with their
No.
children? Like, hey,
In the context of their world, it matters a lot.
Okay.
In the context of this movie, it has very little relevance to the plot.
but it does, because if they just were honest with the kids and said we have to move,
Well,
this,
yeah.
this atrocity would not have happened.
Well, that's the other thing. This whole movie is if you just ... we wouldn't have a movie.
And I'm fine. That's how it should be.
Oh, I understand, but yeah.
It's just Home Alone, a series of bad choices.
Right.
Anyway, so he finds out that that doll that he has is worth a shit ton of money on eBay. And because someone is selling it for that much money on eBay, that automatically means that's what you're going to get.
Yeah, that
for
means
it.
that someone will buy it for that much.
Yeah, of course.
You know how eBay works. When you sell something on eBay, you set your filter to find out how much it sold for recently.
Yeah.
And that's the price you try and aim for.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't
It's-
just look at what someone else, one other person has decided this thing is worth on eBay.
At the end of the day, it means it could potentially be worth money. He's banking on this a lot,
Yeah.
considering how,
Considering what he does
questionable
to
it
get
is.
there.
So
Yeah.
the dolls, it's like a misprint where the doll's head's upside down, and apparently that makes it worth a couple.
Which is not
$100,000.
even
And it's
But
real
anyway.
creepy.
Whatever.
not possible, but whatever.
So the doll's missing. And he's like, that fucking kid stole it. He has it. I gotta go get it. And then he's like, I'm gonna go break into their house. And he goes to break in, and turns out there's he has a change of conscience. That's when the family's leaving.
Yeah,
during all
that's
the
when
bedlam.
everybody's getting in the Ubers
Yeah,
and
and
whatever.
He has his conscience shows up, and he's imagining like the police dogs are after him and there's sirens everywhere and everything, and he freaks out and decides he can't do it.
Right.
Which again, I fucking hate this guy because just act like everything's normal. You have the key, you have the passcode. Just walk in there,
Yeah.
get your thing, walk out, lock the door behind you. No one's the wiser. There's no problem. There's no movie. We all go home happy.
Take it from Uncle Tony. He's done this 100 times.
That's right. That's
Does
right.
it 3 times a day.
He's like,
Well,
he's
in fairness,
all-
Yeah.
Kids steal Tony's dolls all the time.
true.
And Joe, how often do you see me when I'm watching you sleep? Never, right?
Never. No, I don't even know you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, except for the weird gray
Well,
stain
now I
against
do,
the
but-
wall.
That's not great.
Well,
Anyway.
The grease stains tell you the lettuce is good.
Security cameras.
Whole episode's really not going well for me.
Security cameras pick up just some capped figure running, some Che Guevara-esque cosplayer.
So we learned that it's easy to just break into a house, and it's easy for Tony to watch me sleep.
And he doesn't know where Chicago is.
Now,
it looks
I don't
like
know
this-
if I would try it, Tony, because according to a doctor, I wake up 19 times per hour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I do not sleep.
your
well.
body is trying to kill itself, Joe. You might want to do something about that.
Well, that's how I found out. I went to a doctor. But so
Don't do that.
don't go to a doctor. Motherfuckers be lying, making me pissed.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so whatever. This kid wakes up. He's like, no one's home. It's time for the obligatory montage of me having the house to myself. He's doing a bunch of stupid stuff. He rides
so
the ironing
dumb.
board down the stairs, which that actually looks kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It looks kind of fun. I was just trying to figure out how they got a morbidly obese midget to play the stuntman on that one.
They just got Kenny Williams or whatever his name is.
So
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers.
Welcome to Jackass. It's Kenny Rogers.
You mean Kenny Baker?
All right. So did this kid
Peter,
create
thank you.
a fat chat foul with that pile of M&Ms? Like he just
Is
let
there ice cream under there, or is it just M&M's? Because that's an atrocity.
I think it's just M&M's.
This kid is a fat chat.
If
fellow.
it's, if it's just M&Ms though, you could come back to it. Like that could be a whole
Yeah.
Yeah, I
holiday
don't-
season.
I wouldn't say this is a foul because
No, I mean, because that's pretty much how I set up for when you guys come over.
Yeah.
yeah, that's.
Dump a pile of trash in the middle of the table.
I'd say the bigger foul here is this poor reference to Scarface for
Oh, yeah.
no apparent reason.
Yeah.
I would definitely send in the fat chat SWAT team and shoot him in the stomach with a beanbag. You know, that's like the thought that comes.
Just for good measure.
Take away his eating ability for a little while.
That's just the thought that comes to my
To what
mind
end, Will?
immediately.
What's your goal here?
Extreme pain.
Is it just jealousy? You saw all those M&Ms and you're
I
like,
send in Mayor
Oh, see,
McCheese
like
and
he
the
did,
Fry Guys and
Yeah, I'm with
Grimace.
him, and it was again. It has nothing to do with his eating habits. It's just be like, have them break in and be like, "This is for making me watch that movie." Boom.
Now here's the thing.
Grimace is there.
Is it the fact that they're all peanut M&Ms? Are we upset about that?
Are they all peanut?
Those look like peanuts.
They look like peanuts.
Did you?
M&Ms.
They-
I feel like that'd be tougher to
could be
slam your
almonds,
face
but,
into.
you know,
It could be that doesn't make it better.
yeah.
I feel like the peanuts would make it harder to slam your face into the pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're at home and you're like, peanut M&Ms are my favorite,
Go for it.
You're wrong. I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if you deserve a beanbag to the stomach.
Yeah, is this the hill you want to die on?
I think you get a citation for that first.
I will die on a hill because going uphill is very taxing on my
You'll die
heart.
at the bottom of the hill. You're not making it up there.
I might make it halfway up and then roll back down.
Slide down like the burglars in this movie.
My bloated fat corpse will just...
So during this montage, first off, he dresses like Scarface and does like a whipped cream cocaine kind of metaphor. It's weird.
Kids will get that reference.
He's trying on his mom's clothes, trying on his dad's clothes. He's doing whatever.
Say hello to my plus-sized friend.
He declares this whole town's a pussy, just waiting to get fucked.
That's, again, like, what? Fucking Disney, what?
This whole town's a cream pie, just waiting to get eaten.
Yeah, like,
I'm pretty sure.
we can't have anything that even remote, like, we can't say damn because that's not cool for kids. But we can reference a movie they definitely didn't see about a guy snorting a bunch of cocaine.
I feel like whatever Disney bigwig they showed this to just didn't get the reference and was like, it's funny.
Probably did get the reference and was like, oh, I remember Scarface. Oh.
Or I guess they were, something for the fathers.
So,
the only people that'll watch this are actual kids that are home alone, so it doesn't matter what's in it.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Yes. It's for the best. So this montage is interspersed with footage of the two Mackenzies also having shitty Christmases. And they're going like shopping and their daughter's like, oh, look at this dress. It shows off my shoulder. And Mama Mackenzie, or Pam, is like, yeah, we can't afford that. And the pointless character that's like
aunt.
Shitty Brother's wife,
rich
their
aunt,
is like, oh, I'll buy that for you.
You're going to look hot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
You're going to be inappropriately dressed at the Christmas concert and look really cold.
And stick out like a damn sore thumb.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, if you wear this, the other kids in the church play are going to want to run a train on you.
So
We're not going to be able to release this episode.
No! The FBI is going to put you on a watch list, dude.
Yeah. So while that's happening, cuts to, like, in the hotel room in Japan. They're watching, what are they watching? Like, someone remaking the scene from Star Wars where they confront the Emperor. And, like, one of the many shitty characters is like,
I think you're missing the point of this scene.
They're remaking the classics.
No, worse than that, Joe.
No.
It's so much worse than that.
So it was a pretend Emperor Palpatine remaking the scene of the old gangster movie from Home Alone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Word for word, but it was like a cheesy fake Palpatine doing it. It looked like freaking Space Mutiny.
It was.
So what stuck with me from this scene was not anything in the film, just the loud fuck you that emanated from where Rob was sitting.
Yeah, this is going to be a record-breaking episode because I'm going to break some of my vows from previous episodes, I can tell. This is going to be the film that does it.
So, yeah, there was a lot of anger in the room at that point.
Because not only are we making a very bad reference to the original Dirty Angels...
Angels with Dirty Souls.
Dirty Souls. But, like, in the process, he makes some comment about, like, oh, they should just leave the classics alone while bastardizing a classic. Yeah. Like, fuck you guys.
He might as well have had, like, I don't know, Qui-Gon Jinn sucking his dick or something and just...
No, that would be akin to if at some point it showed somebody in here have essentially like the bathroom scene from Dumb and Dumber, and then they looked around for toilet paper and all they could find was a poster of the original Home Alone, so they wiped their ass.
Actually, let me I'm gonna say exactly that because that's the thought I had originally, but it's gonna be a little slightly different. So you just cut away. It's gonna be a handheld home video camera, picture of Home Alone on the floor. No music, and just off camera, you just see somebody taking a Taco Bell diarrhea dump on it. Like, no music whatsoever. Just the sound of the shit hitting the floor and this box. It'll be a VHS, probably.
So.
Just the splashing. Like, you can see their leg in the frame and, like, the shit just...
So it's not even a well-filmed diarrhea dump.
No, it's not.
All right, Puffy, calm down. We got it.
I don't know what that means. Puffy?
Paul Feig.
Oh, Paul Feig.
Paul Feig.
Yeah. All right, Paul Feig.
Why?
Big Paul Feig.
Because that's what he did to Ghostbusters?
Well, yes, but also know when to stop.
So fucking Pam here now. She's back at home, and like everything sucks for their Christmas, and she's having memories of the house and all the things that happened with her family in the house. So she's like, "That's it. I'm evil now. We're stealing that doll. I'm taking my husband. Let's go do this."
What?
So they drive over during what is referred to as the snowpocalypse to go break into Max's house.
It's an amazing glimpse into how Hollywood thinks.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, well, I don't know which particular part you're talking about, but I will add, as someone who lives in the Northeast here, this is not a snowpocalypse.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
Yes, I totally understand that.
Yeah,
but,
they're fine.
I mean,
it's fine later on.
Snowmageddon.
It's fine throughout.
I just
Yeah.
think Snowmageddon's a better name. That's all.
Wait,
And
whatever.
especially for somebody living in the mid, like Chicago
Yeah.
area, that would be like.
You can still see the street lights.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
what I'm-
just normal winter day.
Like, oh,
My
it's
job
snowing
requires
there?
driving, and at one point I had to drive home in weather that you could not see
Oh, yeah.
more than a foot ahead
yeah.
of you, and the snow was past my tire, the top of my tire.
When we bought my
With more than one animal in the car besides him.
yes,
Well, yeah.
more than 100 animals in the car.
Well, no, at that point I was driving back, so it was
So
but-
just the dead ones left. So
The pinkies.
yeah, just the ones that didn't make the run trip. No, but like, so,
And the ones that have savage diarrhea.
that's true.
Don't forget about wet tail.
yeah, or prolapsed anuses and stuff. How far do we want to go with this? Come on.
Just get a Q-tip and push those suckers back, Jen.
No, they'll pop right back out again.
Our friend John can, but that's not on me.
Wait, if you show up and one
Above
has
your
a
pay grade.
No.
loose bow, they won't take it?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, then,
So you're very lucky your wife took you, Will. Anyway, so
That's true.
yeah,
what the fuck are we doing?
when my wife
Talking about bows.
when we picked up my wife's car, she bought her car in New York. I had a prolapsed rectum.
They wouldn't let you back across
They
state
wouldn't let me
lines.
cross- they wouldn't let me move past the toll road. No, but we drove back. It was
You look
weather
like-
like that. We drove back from New York in weather like in this movie.
You look like the kind of guy that's got a detached anus. That ain't allowed in Connecticut. You turn around, get that sucker repaired.
What if I give you an extra $1?
Town line's over there. Here's some
Mr.
Q-tips.
Tappins.
You get that settled before you
Mr.
cross the line.
Mr. Tappansy.
What if I cover it with a plastic grocery bag? All right, we'll let you back in.
So
Where plastic grocery bag is underwear? Yeah,
You
that's
sup-
Connecticut work right there.
You supply your own bag.
So, long story short, they figure out that Max overhears the Mackenzies talking about they have to get this dirty boy who
Ugly boy.
the ugly
Ugly boy.
and sell him to an old lady for a lot
Little
of money.
shit boy.
I mean,
So
that should have been the tip off. They said
Yeah.
they went ugly immediately and not overweight.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, not Harry Porker.
yeah. So anyway, this kid thinks he's going to
And
get
the
sold to a bunch of old ladies, and
Harry Porker and the Gobbler of Fries. Sorry, Joe. Go ahead.
so I was thinking Harry Potter and the Chamber of Milk Duds. But anyway, so basically the kid thinks they're there to kidnap him and sell him to old ladies. They just want this doll that's in his jacket pocket that they think. What's wrong here immediately, because they see the bulge in the jacket and they're like, all right, we got to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that kid stole that orange soda, he drank that fucker, like,
Yeah.
immediately.
Why are you
There
saving
was
it?
no
Why are
way he
you
was
saving
sleeping
it?
on that. That was coming in an SUV with him.
I mean, you just blew the ending of the movie, Joe.
Fuck it.
I'm sorry that I went out of sequence on this master plot.
But I mean, also, he didn't really explain what you were saying. So they see this kid's jacket. It's got a big bulge in the pocket they assume is the doll.
yeah.
It's not. It's a can of orange soda. It's like one of those 30-ounce cans.
You know,
because-
Keenan was there. Where was Kel? Because Kel loves orange soda. You guys not get that? Are you too old?
I know enough to get it, but not enough to
Oh,
care.
man.
I
All right,
understand
never
where you're
mind.
going with
Like, are
that.
you just being racist, or
No. It's
Tony?
a-
Would you hand me the candle, please? And then the matches behind you.
So if you could tuck your anus back in.
It doesn't. It smells like someone else's anus.
Oh, mine's long gone.
outside their body. Hence the candle.
Firm case of wet tail.
Oh yeah, that is coat in the room now.
So anyway,
prolapsed rectum
wait.
here.
But also, when did everybody figure out where this was going?
right when you looked up the doll on eBay. I think that's when I screamed, is that the plot of this movie?
Well, but I mean, like, when did you figure out the kid didn't actually steal it?
Oh, the second that it showed the pocket full, but not a piece of the doll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did when the...
Either they
When-
show like the doll's little
Yeah.
crinkly hand popping out,
Figure out, yeah.
or it's something else in the
I
pocket.
did when the kid... You realize the kid's a kleptomaniac. When he
Yeah,
steals, like,
okay.
the...
I stopped asking questions about the plot after the doll as a MacGuffin was.
I'm closer to you, but I have to say that affected me. The first time watching this, it took me a while to really... I think it was until the second time we saw the pocket without actually seeing the doll. So it kind of made this movie all the worse, because the whole time I'm like, this shitty kid stole his fucking doll, kick his ass! Like, let's go!
Right.
So it's weird that they intentionally set this up where it's like you're rooting for these people fully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing. Like, at no point are you actually like interested in the kid's well-being.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, again, Kevin McAllister, even if he was a dick, the Wet Bandits were scum and they were trying to break in, steal
Right.
stuff, and hurt him. He was protecting himself.
not to mention they flooded your basement for no reason.
Yeah. This is just a shitty kid who stole a thing and they're trying to get it back. So they're
Right.
terrible at doing it, but I was like, no, you punch him in the
Yeah.
face. Let's go.
Yeah, like
your
the
best.
kid is the bad guy in this narrative.
They're pretty. Yeah.
Yeah. So either way,
Even if he's not a thief, he still just sucks.
He's an asshole.
stole
Yeah.
their orange soda.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true. He's still stolen orange
You're
soda.
still a thief.
Yeah, he is still a thief.
I hate a thief.
Yeah, and he just came into fucking Mr. Mackenzie's house there and just let loose with a barrage of insults on him and stole a soda.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves whatever happens to him. Yes, I hope he dies and hope he burns in hell. So
We are the one podcast that gets way too much use out of that line.
they run outside, and Officer Buzz McAllister is on the scene. They dusted off the actor that plays Buzz
I mean,
from 31 years of
did
inactivity.
they dust him off, or was he just like sitting on the stage, or like?
Collecting dust. Yeah, he was.
That's fair.
This sadly, I feel like from the original movie, who can we get back? And they went down the list, and this was the first one to say yes.
Now, do you think they paid him, or was that burrito he was eating his actual like compensation for this film?
I think he got to keep the cop uniform.
Yeah, that's what I was
said
gonna say.
McAllister. I think that was probably in the contract.
That might be.
It's
Also, because
Yeah.
no one wanted to clean the burrito off.
And they
Yes.
gave him a gift card for one free Macaulay Culkin visit. To the
I
Macaulay
mean, to
Culkin.
be fair, you probably could have gotten Macaulay.
No, yeah,
that was just the filmmaker regifting that.
Yeah.
I feel like his role here is a lot like jury duty, where it's like, you pay for my room and board and a meal? I'm in. Like, let's do this.
Is that sandwich hot or cold?
Yeah, somewhere to sleep and warm food. Holy shit, they have HBO. I'm in. Come on, let's do this, guys.
Let's keep this trial going.
No HBO. You can have Disney Plus.
So
No, I mean at the hotel there's an HBO.
yeah. So now he's like, the parents talk their way out of Officer McAllister. He's not really much of a threat, and then he leaves. And the
Not
kid's
really much
like,
of anything.
I'm going to tell the cops. And he's like, I can't tell the cops because they'll send my mom and this other person pretending to be my dad on a bed to jail.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. So I'll have to just hold the fort down. And then it cuts actually to Japan where his mom, Carol, is trying to get back to the United States. And gentlemen, what'd you think of the 3-foot Toblerones?
I thought
Is that a hit it or quit it?
I'm not a fan of Toblerone, but I did think that if you were going to bring back something to appease that child, it would have to be
All three of those.
Gigantic Toblerone.
If you had to pick one candy that you would get like a giant size of, what would it be? Like what would tickle your fancy?
See, that's an interesting one because you know, area to volume
the bigger
messes
you
with
get,
ratios.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing anything filled with peanut butter or caramel, the
It's too
ratios
much.
start getting thrown
yeah,
off.
because I
Okay.
do love a Snickers, but I've had occasions where somebody will get me that like giant Snickers bar.
Log.
It's not even that big as the Toblerone, but it's still
Yeah,
like,
it's just too much. So I think anything like something that
Solid.
big, maybe a Three Musketeers.
oh, but that's a lot of nougat.
But
See,
that's
even
good
then,
nougat though.
The ratios still might be off. Like you might actually need to get a spoon.
Yeah,
I
well,
will
yeah,
say-
but I mean, but it's still like I'm trying to think.
I
of
might
the
do
most,
Kit Kat because like there's layers of the.
Yeah, but it'd be
the
so
wafer.
so much of that wafer though. You'd be
I
like,
know, but I love it.
Wafer's
hard to
good.
get through.
But
It's
I will
good,
say
but
that's
like-
the one thing that in this scenario works for the Toblerone because it's intentionally you're breaking off pieces.
Yeah.
So those smaller pieces work a lot better.
Like
I
a big
feel,
regular Hershey's
than like
bar?
if you got like a giant Reese's cup that would
yeah, I would not.
What
do
if
a
it
giant
was
Reese's
like
cup.
a giant Kit Kat, but it was just a shitload of smaller Kit Kats?
They
and you
have
could break it
those.
apart.
Those exist?
Yeah, but that's also at that point. It's just, I have a fucking bunch of Kit Kats. Like, what are we doing?
It's not as fun. What are you talking about? Also, I wanted
I'm
to.
not fun.
So I got distracted a little bit by this tin here.
Mm-hmm.
pretty
Apparently,
nice.
there's a pocket on the side that has
Tin that you provided, yeah.
Santa. Yes, tin that I provided, but I've never really taken a close look at before. Has official warning tickets from Santa Claus in the pocket.
Oh, he'll give you a citation if you fuck around in his snack chest.
Yeah, what the hell?
You find out real quick who's naughty and who's nice.
some kind of meter. I don't know if you're naughty or nice.
A naughty meter?
Tell what it's.
Oh yeah, no, it has detail of the official warnings on my side. It says witnessed by someone, you have been naughty. So that's like your snitch ticket.
Oh, damn.
Are we eating out of the trunk that Santa keeps the bodies in?
We're eating out of the naughty chest.
I think
That's what I mean.
it's the trunk that condemns those people.
Yeah.
Still-
What the hell
Yeah.
did we do?
Anyway,
It's like the trunk. Krampus throws you in and beats you with a metal
Yeah,
chain.
we're dead. That's all right.
What I was going to postulate for the giant candy bars, actually, simplicity might be what's best, and just get like a large, either a Hershey bar or something that just has things floating in it, like a Mr. Good bar, where you'd have like a,
Or like a Nestle's Crunch.
or even a Nestle Crunch.
Oh.
Might one of its positive attributes might be it can scale up.
I mean, I would totally be down.
All
with
right,
that.
in this fantasy world, are the peanuts giant in the
No,
peanut?
idiot.
No, it's not a fantasy world.
Yeah,
it's
we
just a
didn't-
world where we get a
Shoot
giant
with the
version.
magic growing
I was
ray.
thinking it was more like a Willy Wonka.
Have you
Yeah.
been?
No.
What's the character in this movie? The dumb guy?
Frankenstein.
That's everyone.
Yeah, Frankenstein. Yeah, have you been taking Frankenstein's
Do you
retard
have any
pill?
idea how little that narrows it down?
Anyway.
That idiot in this movie full of idiots.
Or how about like a Milky Way Simply Caramel? So it's just caramel.
So
Again, that's what Joe was talking about, the ratios. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but I'm okay as long as it's one easy to eat filling.
I feel like you're gonna get ants.
simply
With all
everybody
that
to devolve back into this horrible movie.
yeah,
So we might
better
have to have-
the
conversation.
3-foot Toblerone is properly used to be thrown at what was that Ed Helm? Not or
There's P. Holmes.
I want to call him Jesse
Ed Helms.
Like, that was not Jesse Helms.
Better,
But
better
why
movie
not?
with
That's
Jesse
a fine
Helms.
use of a 3-foot Toblerone.
Yeah.
Throwing it at Jesse Helms.
I mean, we do.
Why
need,
not?
But
We
anyway.
do need to hold Fat Chat court at some point.
For
Dunno.
oh no, that's
throwing a
coming later in this
Toblerone, or-
movie.
No, this is unrelated to the film.
oh, okay.
Oh, but there will be one later. In
All
the
right,
movie.
so we'll have a couple of things on the docket, I guess.
I don't know what he's talking
Yes, you
about.
do.
So, yeah,
You texted me about it.
Did you eat vegetarian?
No,
All right.
we both ate at different restaurants.
Oh. Anyway,
So
let's say that for a different one.
Carol calls home to try to get a cop to go see if Max is okay, and Buzz is like, "No, that's a prank call."
I was like, no, that's bullshit.
Because my
Don't bother.
my brother Kevin, who owns a security company, calls it in every year as a reminder to me that he got left behind.
Which you'd think, that doesn't really seem like Kevin's personality. That seems more like Buzz's personality.
Buzz would also just give Kevin a citation right then and there.
Or like
Yeah.
the sergeant and like his commanding officer would bring him in the next time and be like, McAllister, tell your brother to stop this BS. Like,
Yeah, like,
even
or,
if that's true, don't communicate that over the
something like
radio.
false
Arrest for
emergency calls.
false 911
Yeah,
calls.
don't communicate that to anyone over the radio. It makes us look terrible.
Buzz is like, I'm done with this movie. I already got my burrito. Burrito's like, joke's on you. I'm dripping all over your jacket. That didn't actually happen, the voice.
He just says,
But-
I wish my career would disappear.
But a couple things with this. One, fuck him for not even just driving by the house.
Two, just fuck him.
Two, just fuck him. So now there's a third thing, which is, wouldn't it at least hit something in you when you're like, oh, that's the house I was at yesterday
Right.
for an alarm problem. Maybe I should check that out.
I would have liked it.
That's a bit weird.
In the first movie, who is it Chris Columbus's son that's dressed
the
up
wig
as...
on?
Yeah.
I think it's someone in
As
the production
Buzz's girlfriend.
staff.
It's like one of their sons.
Yeah.
It would have been great to have their son like play his wife, like with
Again.
a beard or whatever.
Just with the wig on.
So
And someone goes, woof.
It would
Yeah,
have been,
like if she like when she asks if he's married or whatever, he'd like pull out his wallet and have a
yeah.
picture of them with like a beard or whatever.
Oh, no,
And
no.
she
Oh,
just-
oh, you're being clever. Don't, no, not here. Not here.
But I mean, she could then go like under her breath, like woof, and then that it would take the cleverness away and have it just be a pandering asshole move.
But that
like
might
the whole rest
actually
of
be
this movie.
funny. And
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have another.
I feel like this is the producers meeting right now. Like, ooh, that would be funny. No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Can't do that.
You're fired.
So we cut to probably the most confusing scene in the movie, like beyond the what were they thinking factor. Like most of these are confusing because you're like, why did you think this was a good idea? This one is just confusing in how the information is presented. So there's a toy drive at church,
Right.
and Max shows up.
Why?
Apparently, there's probably a scene that's cut where he went grocery shopping or something. Mm-hmm. Because he has a box of Fruit Loops just sticking out the back of his backpack.
He could have
So-
gotten that from.
Get-
Probably
so-
he may just have that all the time.
That's what we're led to believe now. That's
It's the most believable thing in this film.
this kid fucking chesters around with a backpack full of cereal to feed his
Not
chicks.
for the ladies.
Well, no, he puts it in there because he says it's for the ladies.
Sure.
No,
But
no.
then
First of all,
By
let's
the
be
ladies.
honest. If this kid was just walking around with a box of snacks, it's gonna be like Twinkies or something, not cereal.
Well, no, he poured milk in there too.
I stand
They're
correct.
just floating.
And probably Twinkies.
Yeah.
All right. Two, yeah. While it is confusing as to why this is, ultimately why this is here and everything, yes, I will say, I guarantee at one point we had that scene where Kevin went shopping for
Yep.
groceries, and this is the scene where Kevin goes to talk to Santa
I
Claus.
understand why they
Right.
did it in the movie. I just
Kevin
don't
goes to church.
understand why he, as a character,
Oh, yeah,
went
for
to
no reason.
a church that presumably he's never set foot in.
It had a toy drive, and he
was-
wanted a toy.
He just wanted a toy. Okay. all
So
right,
he
he's
went
just
in
getting himself-
again. No
because he's an
redeeming
asshole.
characteristics. He just wants to come take a
unlikable
toy.
asshole. An
And
entitled,
do you-
unlikable fat
Yeah.
Or do you
asshole.
think at one point he was trying to swap out the cereal for a toy?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. But
Oh, we don't do swapsies here?
yeah.
Okay.
I just like the
no,
idea.
there's no way he was parting with that cereal.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
I don't
committed.
believe that.
The
But
lady would be like, "I'm sorry, Sonny, you're the only white elephant here."
Oh, God.
Bum, 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 bum.
You fat bitch.
I would let that be in the movie only if he sadly walked out to. Dun, 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 dun.
About-
So
Or the sad, or like the
No, it's the
tuba
Elfin
music from Family Guy.
anyway, so he's like, I'm going to take this toy. And the old lady's like, no, you little shit. That's for kids who actually need it. And he's like, my parents are dead. Well, he says he's home alone, but,
Yeah.
it has that effect. And anyway, he meets the son of the Mackenzies. and they commiserate over like, oh yeah, my parents suck. Well, at least you have parents, blah blah blah. And then the son just takes this cool like super soaker gun and gives it to him. So he leaves church with the toy, and he's like, oh, church is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so he leaves church.
Right, kids, go to church, get a super
It's
soaker.
daytime. He leaves church, and is this like some sort of weird, like one of the variant, offshoots where you're at church the whole fucking day? Because like he leaves, he starts walking home, sun's up, gets home, it's totally dark. The family leaves when the sun's up. They're like, we'll beat him home. And then they're like, no, we'll come back after dark. Because then when they get there, there's like a FedEx driver.
Now, so here's the thing. The all-day affair really only happens in certain kinds of churches.
Yep.
Not any ones that this kid would be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, he's not a part of. He just walked past.
I'm talking more than Mackenzies.
I'm talking, yeah.
I just think it's poor editing.
All-day affairs really only happen at black churches. So
yeah.
Just, yeah.
Well, no, I feel like we're kind of doing we don't fully understand what midnight mass is, so this is kind of that.
That's
Midday
a good point.
mass.
Because in the original, he goes to church and it's night. It's like leading up
he
to
eats his macaroni and cheese.
praise to the sweet baby Jesus.
But like
This kid eats a Big Mac and a chunk of cheese.
besides all this, though, it's more like they're like, let's come back after dark. And then the kid is still like walking home. Like, how far away is the church? The timeline isn't making any sense.
Well,
So yeah, the Mackenzies are like, all right, let's go to the house. It'll take this kid, because they assume that there's a woman at the church handling the toy drive that presumably would have been there the entire time, that the Mackenzies would have seen coming in.
They just assume that's his German grandmother.
Assume that's his grandmother because he's talking to her. They're like, oh, well, old people drive slow. Let's go to the house now while he's talking to her, because grandma's drive slow.
Never mind our daughter's concert.
Yeah, ignoring
yeah,
our
they're
daughter's
at
concert.
church. They're going to be there.
She had the big solo.
In her big solo and her big whore outfit. So they leave,
Let's not go that far.
and they get to the street, and there's like a person on the street, it's like a UPS truck dropping off packages.
smash through some kind of sign too.
Yeah, that'll leave in like 2 seconds. And they're like, it's too busy here. Let's come back later.
defeating the whole purpose of leaving.
Yeah.
And why they don't then go back to the church, I don't know.
And then it's like, is it daytime when they get back to the church?
Because, I mean, Tony, who wants to go back to a church once you've left? I mean, come on.
Not me, but somebody does.
I don't even go there. So,
Bringing out
Is
loose
that your
eggplants?
diaper?
Yes, it's my diaper.
prolapse status.
We're just putting the podcast on pause until...
I can stop making
That's
Tony, you stole someone's orange soda.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Nobody needs to know that.
They're going to try to break in
Tony
here.
Pulled out some sort of orange energy drink.
We can drop all of Rob's Legos if they step
I
on
mean,
them.
for real, if you grabbed all my Legos, you could make way more than $200,000.
I do have a house to pay for. But
How bad would you freak out if I just took him like this chubby kid and just triumphantly slammed London Bridge on the ground?
I mean, I have several nieces and nephews and a loving godson whom I adore, but yeah, I pretty much deal with that sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway.
As long as I can find the pieces.
But yeah, weirdly, this whole thing is we actually have time where these people are away from the house, and we know they should be for a while. So we're going to go there now, but then we're going to decide not to go there now, but still hang around there for apparently hours and hours and hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well
again,
we have a lot of time to kill. Pratt falling off a fucking wall.
And again, I mean...
Oh, God, that smells bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, before we even get to that, but as we find out,
It's
I mean...
just mixing.
The
Like peppermint shit.
what are the burglars in this?
The Mackenzies.
The Mackenzies. They don't know this, but apparently they just moved into this house, so they don't even know the neighbors. So again, just walk in, and like they just had like 400 freaking people coming in and out of this house. Like clearly no one knows what's going on. Just go in.
Yeah. So
Or Call the police.
That would be the smarter move, but
At the very
We passed
least,
that a
the
while
police
ago.
would find out that this kid is home alone.
Let's just assume they did that, and Buzz was like, "Nah, it's a prank call." But like they're right there, they're right outside. Nah, it's a prank call.
All right, Buzz. So we've had 2 prank calls for different reasons at the same house. You don't think that's cause to at least go check it out?
Nah,
Even for the sake of stopping the prank
I
calls
got
from
probable
happening?
cause on
That
this
would
burrito.
be-
I'm gonna.
that
handle
would be
that
3.
investigation.
That would be 3. The false alarm when they showed up,
Oh, yeah.
the call, and then another call. Yeah.
You'd think like the false alarm or the alarm going off would just send the cops anyway.
Well, I think that's why he was there the first time.
Yeah.
And he just looked and was like, I don't see anything.
Well, Ellie Kemper
Well, yeah, they-
flirted with him, and he
Yeah,
was
they
like,
said, "Oh, it's our alarm system, but he doesn't know the code. I'm sorry." Blah.
"Wink,
So-
wink."
And I guess the kid shut it off because he's stupid. I don't know.
I think it just went off eventually.
So either way, they go. We have to endure a pointless and unfunny scene at the airport where Carol tries to get on the plane and assumes that all the Japanese people don't speak English for like no reason. And it takes up like 5 minutes. Then
And it's the girl from the league, so I knew that was coming.
we cut to Mackenzie. The Mackenzies trying to scale a wall to get into what turns out to be the wrong house. And this one covers all the bases. We get the guy's pants gets pulled down. He farts right on her head.
They fall in a pool.
Yeah, they like
You eventually fall.
they're doing like WWE style wrestling moves off the fucking wall. He falls through a dollhouse, and then like
Kicks Ellie Kemper in the face.
yeah, Ellie Kemper gets kicked in the face. She's getting fucked up on the ground.
This scene goes on for so
yeah.
long.
Also, just to start with, again, keep in mind, the guy who was referred to as Frankenstein's monster because he's so tall, and Ellie Kemper's like, I'll lift you up there. You go first.
That makes sense, right? That makes
No.
total sense.
Not at all.
It makes total sense to not like walk the perimeter and see if there's an easier way in.
Yeah, like
It
a
makes
fucking gate.
sense. Like a gate that was 10 feet further down. That makes sense.
But also, Ellie Kemper could have climbed this guy like a fucking tree and jumped over that wall like it was nothing.
But she was not picking his fat ass up over the
Call
wall.
me like a tree.
Well, actually, I'm sorry. He's not that fat, and that's another like running joke. Is Keenan whenever he's there, you assume
They just like the whole crew just shits on this guy at every possible.
I think he's pretty average. Like, look,
He's
yeah.
totally
Honestly, I feel like most of that was probably just Keenan because he was like, I lost a bunch of weight. It's my turn to take some of this out on somebody else.
probably.
so. All right,
That's fair.
whatever. So either way, they break into the wrong house, and there's just a family there, just like doing their thing. There's a lot of people in the house, and no one notices them, and they awkwardly back out. And that's the closest thing to eliciting a laugh.
It was like legitimately a funny moment
Yeah.
where they just
Lack
they
of
do
peripheral
all
vision
this
family.
and then they get in and it's just the wrong house.
Then they step onto a snow-covered pool.
Yeah.
Which that is actually quite scary because that kills a lot of people.
Unfortunately, it didn't kill these two
Indeed.
people.
They made it out, and they didn't get hypothermia, even though they were
Somehow.
they were in some freezing water for a while. Anyway, so they are talking there now about how they're going to come back that night. They're going to pretend to be Santa. They're going to fool stupid Max, and then they're gonna take that dirty boy to the granny or whatever. And so he's like, not on my watch. I got a fucking montage. He gets ready for war. And then we cut to an unfunny scene on the airplane where Carol is bothered by a guy who, instead of looking at his screen, is looking at her screen. And it's just filler.
It's
Literally.
it's just the worst.
Yeah.
It's again like someone somewhere could argue with me that this is a funny premise, but I don't think anyone could possibly argue that going on this long
Right.
works for that.
Well, see,
Who
what was
could argue that was a
practice.
funny premise?
also so
Just people watch Family Guy.
So
that
check it
happens.
out. Like back in the day, like if it was John Candy and I forgot the woman that played Kevin's mom,
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara. If it was the two of them, somehow I bet that could have worked. I can't explain to you how it would have
Well,
worked, but
because
those two would have made it work.
maybe. Yeah.
Because Catherine O'Hara just seems like the most likable mom ever.
Yeah.
She seems sweet and innocent, and you're like, oh, I want you to be my mom because you seem like you care.
There's also that
and-
Beetlejuice side of
Yeah, I was
she
gonna
will
say.
freak out at any
I
moment.
think I've seen Beetlejuice a few too many
Yeah,
times, so I
that's
don't
fair.
get that.
But then John Candy is like legit funny and has good
Lovable.
timing and and like an affable guy.
Yeah.
And he would be talking about like
So
Again,
the
lightning in a bottle.
But like the
Right.
people, the person who wrote this scene did not understand that,
I
and
don't
they
think
were
the
just
scene
like,
was written.
well, they were just
they were
like
hashtag
so
random.
we'll just do like that kind of scene would happen, and it'll be funny because like John Candy and Catherine O'Hara did it,
Right.
and
But if you're gonna do that, why involve screens at all? Because it was just a screen show. It was like the Indiana Jones plane, like
it was one of those things.
flying over dots to the next
They
destination.
wrote it, and they would be like, it'll be funny, trust me.
Well, again, I think it's just the mom is nervously watching, like, essentially watching her time click away because she's just anxious to get back there.
Right.
So she's watching the plane as it travels. And that's an excuse to have this guy kind of hanging over her being weird.
Yeah, but you could have had him start a conversation similar to John Candy, where he's talking about how he left his kid at a mortuary. Like, have him tell a story.
But you would
and not
need
just-
comedians and good written jokes.
writing,
and that-
yeah.
Again, I told you, Rob, we can't have clever or funny in this.
I know. This script
You keep trying to make it clever and funny.
the script was
Stop it.
like they say in the credits, the script was not even written. It was based on a screenplay.
Well, the script was written.
It was based on on the original screenplay for the original Home Alone movie.
You have this problem, Rich Evans. You've seen a movie.
Right there, that's where you went wrong. So, all right, now we get the montage of this little shit Max preparing the house for war.
Sorry.
And he brings out the big guns. The
Literally.
Satan's Heine hot sauce is introduced. He ices everything. He ices the streets.
What
Yeah.
the hell, man?
Also, though, again, my point exactly. We can reference Scarface, not just Scarface, but the scene where he's doing a ton of blow.
Yep.
But we can't say ass because that would be wrong.
No.
Satan's
Satan's Heine.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I'm not gonna.
So how does that make sense?
I'm not gonna
So,
harp on that
well,
because they.
I would argue some people would not want to eat hot sauce from Satan's ass.
But
But
here's
Satan's Heine would be okay.
Here's
It's like
the thing,
he Satan's tiny.
Yeah.
But it's like Satan's ass. I'm like, oh god, I'm not eating that.
I'll give you
I'm not eating that
All right, I'll
ass.
give you-
I know I'm a millennial, but
No, I'd give it Satan no blumpkin.
Satan's Blumpkin.
Satan's rusty blumpkin. No, but like they have hot sauce. Like every single conceivable name is on a hot sauce
Yeah.
somewhere. Like kicking ass hot sauce,
Oh, that's like the mildest.
donkey's dick hot sauce.
But that's the thing. Almost all the hot sauces I can think of have ass in the name, not Heine.
Guy Fieri's cock slapping horse dick sauce. Like,
Yeah, because again, the point is, this is hard shit. Life is real now. Get on board with it or
they're,
fuck off.
They're a bunch of Brits.
they're
They probably
like
don't.
tiny.
They probably only get the milder sauce. They don't. Bunch of
No, this is Disney.
The
and they
Queen's
don't wanna
taint hot
swear.
sauce.
Yeah, the Queen's taint.
I would have taken that over this.
Yeah. So, all right, it's time. It's time for the reason why you watch Home Alone, the home invasion gone awry, and it's
All this foreplay's over.
so fucking
It's the worst.
the Mackenzies sit there and just while this montage is happening, that you see them just enduring a shitty Christmas, getting excited about going to break into this house, and then they do, and they immediately just crash their car because the street's frozen. And
Yep,
That
just
was pretty
crash the
funny.
van.
I got to laugh at
and we all said, "All right, now you should just roll the credits."
And you're just
Yeah.
like, how many other
Airbags.
people are going to get hurt because this shit kid just froze
yeah,
the
They
road?
hit a light pole.
Airbags
Hard enough for
deployed.
the airbags to
Yeah.
go off. And listen, you're just like, wait. So probably every car that goes down this street tonight,
Might
like
do that.
Was that-
all of the UPS drivers dropping off holiday gifts.
It's like the little lawn jockey in the first one that keeps
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
hit. It's like, but it's just cars
Fucking
hitting light
Grandma,
poles.
when she comes over on Christmas morning to go visit her
Dead.
grand dead.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I pointed this out while we were watching it. Yeah, it's not just him spraying the driveway. He sprays the whole street, so fuck
Yeah.
all my neighbors.
So,
why even spray the driveway?
so
Now
now
it gets slippery. I
they're
get that.
they're trying to go up the driveway and they're slipping and falling and just we're all yelling, "Walk on the fucking snow!"
Yeah.
And like,
And that was the thing, like in the first Home Alone, like they They walked around stuff when it happened.
Well,
Yeah.
In the first
It
Home
got him
Alone-
once, and then they.
In the first Home Alone, he did the same thing, but he sprayed the stairs. I think, was that the back stairs, the front stairs, or both?
Both.
It was like the stairs down to the basement, which looked kind of like precipitous, just in and up walking down them normally. It looks like.
I don't think they ever
kinda
went in the
dangerous.
front door in the original, if I remember.
Well, they tried.
yeah,
but
they
it was,
definitely
that
tried.
Yeah, it was,
that was the hot
okay,
knob.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the front was sprayed too. But yeah, it was a thing where they fell a couple times and then they realized, oh, that's not going to work, so they walked around it,
Right,
or
exactly.
they tried a window, or whatever else.
Kevin intentionally led them exactly where he wanted them to go.
Like, I know they're going to try this first, and then that's not going to work. So then I'm going to set up this, so when they try and do this, but this was just we're just routinely going to try and run up a slippery driveway because we're just not that bright.
So the Harry and Marv did not stop and pause when the motion sensor set the light off.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I don't understand that. Like,
That
you're
was
adults.
that was their whole
like-
thing. They were like, "Oh, it's a motion sensor. That means nobody's home. They're faking it. Let's go in." That was how they planned their whole routine. They had timed all of the automatic lights in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So
It's a good
anyway,
scene.
Yeah, again, these two are not that bright, and they're not like career criminals. They're just fucking.
Yeah, then
Idiots.
why are they
They're a
here?
couple down on their luck. That's why we're supposed to care about this shit-eating kid.
Because this guy won't get a job.
John's going for the front door. Mom's going around the back. Do with that line what you will. So we get to the door and there's a tray of cookies set out for Santa
With milk.
With milk. So John's like, I'm gonna have a cookie.
Oh, he's dressed as Santa.
Yep. And this cookie has come from the Devil's Hiney.
Right.
And then so has
But you
the
can
milk.
tell because it has shit on it.
Yeah. And
Why would you just eat a cookie that's been sitting outside?
When you know the kid is like set traps.
Like, just so the audience knows, these cookies were on a plate just sitting on the front steps.
they had a note to Santa.
Yeah, but there's also such things as raccoons.
Yeah.
Let's start with this.
And squirrels.
Audience
Ants.
Ants.
of the three of you that listen, but if you can extend this to anyone else,
Ricky Cirillo.
feel free to write in to us to respond to this, but just a general query of how many of you put cookies and milk out for Santa like on the front steps?
I do it by the fireplace.
Yeah, I don't think
That's where he comes in.
Anyone
Right?
else is a
anyone
fat
puts it
chat foul
outside
guy.
the house.
Actually, you know what? He's not bothering with the door. That's a good point. This kid is kind of dumb.
Santa doesn't go in
Maybe
the
in
door.
England they do it different, but like
Well, no, the kid's not dumb because this isn't really out for Santa. This is to trap this
in
stupid
England,
ass
Black
kid.
Phillip opens the door for Santa.
Svente Pete or whatever his name is. Now, there
Oh,
was
Black
a-
Phillip's the devil goat that I'm thinking of from The
yeah,
Witch.
yeah.
He's there too.
He's there too. It's just there. Father Christmas in England.
Yeah, I believe they just have a vague Santa Claus-like figure and like 500 demons that surround him.
Yeah, for any of you
Yoko Ono is there for some reason.
any of you garble-toothed Brits out there listening to our episode, explain to us how Santa works. Does he just come through the front door after eating lawn cookies?
also, if there are any Brits out there listening to us, just sorry.
Yeah.
No, we're not apologizing.
Actually,
No, I
Just-
am. Rob's not.
Just anyone who's listened to this podcast, I'm sorry.
I mean,
he made it this far. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much for listening, and I'm sorry.
Well, I apologize
no,
because
if you made
I-
it this far, you know what you're getting
I'm
into.
not apologizing because I watched Home Sweet Home Alone for you.
Yeah, but they didn't make you. You made us.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
your fault.
You're lucky it wasn't 8 Crazy Nights, so just shut your face. That might have actually been better.
I wouldn't have shown up.
It might have been better, Joe.
No, no.
It's only 80
No,
minutes.
it
Might have been. It's a technical foul.
No, it
All
is
right.
not.
Anyway,
Next year.
Next year, baby.
I don't know how many this qualifies in this room, but I have seen both, and I'll watch this again before I
Wow.
watch Crazy Nights.
I'm just saying, I'm basically unemployed. We could totally do both.
you guys,
Let the Jews have one,
Rob,
guys.
We're so close.
We're so close.
No, we're not.
Let's just finish. No, it's because of you. Let's just finish this.
Yeah, you're right.
So, all right. He goes around. Mom goes around the back, and this kid's like on the balcony, just launching Diet Coke Mentos bombs at them.
It's like a funny joke
Which-
from like 8 years ago.
Well, it's also the thing of like, I get what they're trying to go for, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because he's trying to, Mentos and the Diet Coke. It launches out, becomes a projectile. Oh, isn't that neat? But like he's just lobbing them over the side of the balcony, so like there's totally directionless, and
You would think like the carbonation alone would just make them explode.
Also,
as
just
soon as they hit
throw a 2-liter bottle of soda at her. Like that's gonna hurt way more.
yeah,
Yeah,
Or
but
just set up some sort of like
but
Gatling gun scenario.
This is a thing. Like I've seen people who like will put the Mentos in there and they'll screw up the trick or whatever the deal is, but the thing will like explode and launch out and hit him in the face or something. And I'm sure it's devastating if it works, but like he has no even attempt at aiming it. It's just launching it over there, and we'll see what happens. So he would have fucked up the house way more than he would have ever hurt Ellie Kemper with this.
My fat chat foul I was going to evoke was he wasted like
that's a lot.
Wasted like 48 liters of soda. Probably
it was diet soda.
It was bad diet
cola,
soda, but still like
and yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he gets points off.
but
for
to
that.
be fair, I'm guessing it was a situation where he made his parents buy him regular soda.
yeah.
And then they finally put their foot down and were like, we'll get you the 22-liter bottles of soda, but it's gonna be diet.
Oh, no. I've seen this kid, I've seen this house, and I've seen the people that had in this house. This was just the storage of soda he didn't give a shit about.
All right. So he's still got
That was
his
the mom.
personal-
Yes.
That's like the mom's stash of Diet Cola. She puts vodka
There's a
in.
reason he still has that can of orange soda, and that's because he had like 8 bottles of 2-liter bottals in the garage still.
So like other than the part where he legitimately just throws one of these right into Pam's face. Like, I'm like, this isn't really a problem. Like, just stand there and be like, hey, kid,
It's just
you have a
soda.
doll you stole a doll from us. Can we please have it back? No, she's instead like, I just want to talk. And she's yelling stuff in German because she's a moron.
Yeah.
And then she tries to like,
Well, again, it's a misunderstanding, Joe. She thinks he speaks German.
yep. So she tries to go to the back door. And she's standing in a bunch of lighter fluid. And he fucking launches a car with a firecracker on it out the window and a little toy car on his Hot Wheels track. And he just lights Allie Kemper's feet on fire.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
gives her a hot foot spell to end all hot foot spells.
Yeah.
Burns her shoes away.
Right.
Burns her rubber, I'm presuming
Yeah.
rubber shoes off her feet.
Yeah.
You have any kind of idea how much damage that is?
Yes. Actually, those aren't coming off your feet. They're just going to
No,
bond
they
with
are
your
now-
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're now part
Those
of
are
your
feet
foot.
now.
That is a potential 3rd-degree burn.
Yeah.
You're losing those feet.
Yeah.
You're Lieutenant Dan in it.
We're not necessarily, I wouldn't go that far, but as someone who has I think it was 3rd degree, maybe it was just 2nd degree, but I have a burn, like I that shit sucks. She is not walking anymore.
Yeah,
I
So
can
from
tell you
that
that
hot
much.
pocket,
Yes.
Yeah, he burned his dick off trying to have sex
Well,
with Hot Pocket.
it was molten hot.
Just
Freezing on the outside. How was I to know? Fucking Hot Pockets, man.
It's frozen in the middle.
How do those
All right,
work?
Jim Gaffigan.
So now we get into like for the
Foot
most part,
fetish
this stuff is
territory.
kind of tame of what's happening to these people.
Well,
But now we get to the pool ball gun.
yeah, but just the whole thing is like, we're gonna do the dumbest, lamest prank, like, oh, you're gonna
Yeah.
eat hot sauce, and then I'm gonna light you on fire. Like, it's just like two
all-
massive extremes. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are we doing?
Then I'm gonna hit you in the head with a pool ball.
So-
Yeah, we get the pool ball.
Yep. Well, first he goes in and he knows the alarm code, so he goes to go.
Oh, right.
He puts in 1112, but there's a thumbtack on 2. How the fuck he didn't see that?
How do you
I
not
don't
see?
know.
Come on.
How the fuck did the kid attach that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Yeah,
either way,
there's
so
no sense
he
to
stabs
that.
his finger,
Made
but
me
he's
so
like,
angry.
"Ow, my finger!" And the kid has what appears to be a snowball gun that he's firing pool balls out of.
It's a t-shirt case.
Yeah.
But also,
Oh, yeah.
this is not like when this is not like the first movie where he's like got the momentum of stepping down on the nail.
right.
This is like your finger going like
Yeah,
horizontally. The minute you felt any prick or resistance, you just pull your hand back and be like, "Whoa!"
yeah. I mean, it's not
It
like
would still hurt, but
he's hitting the 2 key like boom.
yeah. Yeah, he didn't he would not have stabbed through into his bone or anything, but it still would have hurt. I mean, whatever.
So
His
We
boner.
never specifically get into how bad of an injury that is, but it also doesn't matter because he's about to get hit in the face with
so
a
now,
pool
now he has a fucking skull fracture
Yeah.
from a pool ball to the head.
Yeah, it's a t-shirt cannon. He launches a pool ball directly into his forehead. The guy, you hear the crunch. The guy falls back.
Pretty brutal.
And even the kid says that didn't sound right. Like, ugh.
And then, like, as bad as that scene was, like, this part with the VR makes no fucking sense. He puts
God, I
the
forgot about
VR goggles on the guy's head. Now, granted, he blacked out for a sec, but it's not like in the VR program, you wouldn't see your own clothes you're wearing, and you're just walking around like he's on the cliffs somewhere.
Like, that's some kind of shit you'd expect from a 90s movie where they didn't understand how internet worked yet.
Right.
Like, not from a 2021 film. Like, oh, yeah, he put a VR set on, so obviously he's going to be wearing his Santa costume and show his
Like,
real hands and feet.
This would make more sense if it was something like the VR program was the house is on fire, and like he has in VR the doors open, but the door's closed, and the guy just runs into the door
That's
or
clever.
something.
Sure, yeah.
But no, he fucking just jumps into a shelving unit.
No,
This
I'm
is
in
like an
Arizona now.
This also, like, I to start with, I have to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that the only reason he wouldn't, which you probably would, feel this thing on your face is because he fractured his skull. So his head is probably numb.
He's got nerve damage in his brain.
But yeah, you would not, I can't imagine you would just assume you died and went to some kind of weird heaven where you're still somehow wearing the Santa costume, but now over the Grand Canyon.
Don't worry about it. I feel pencil. Okay, here we go.
So now, to make this worse, he like passes out again. And then this is when Pam tries to come in and hits him in the head like 20 times with the door till the impact of the door on his head pushes his corpse out of the way. And then he's down. So she's like, all right, I'm going to go get this kid. But fucking, he's put Legos everywhere in this one room. And like an asshole, she just steps on every single one of them. Just like walking through grass.
Yeah.
Just
I will say, it started again with a trap I could kind of get behind because I guess he knew he was going to be burning her shoes completely off. But so he set up some weird thing where basically once the door opens enough, it flings a spoon at your feet.
Oh yeah, just to hit her in the foot.
Yeah, that was pretty painful if I was barefoot. But yeah, I guess that was enough for her to just bounce on one foot into an obvious pile of Legos.
So it's like an obvious riff on the Marv stepping on like the broken glass ornaments, and also it's like
the popularity of stepping on Legos.
There's like that's like a meme the last few years where it's like stepping on Legos, and it's like all right, similar to three other jokes in this movie. It's a few years.
You're amateurs, okay?
Late.
Come on.
But also just
you got to build a Lego callus on your feet, like I have.
It's also though like. It's not Harry and Marv that are unrequited assholes. Like, these people, they're dumb, but they're still the protagonists of this movie. Like, you're just like,
you spend equal time with them.
Like,
almost,
I don't want to see them go through this much pain.
This is the major problem with this kind of shit of, we're trying to, I don't know if it's just to change the script or whatever, or we're trying to, have our cake and eat it too where it's scary, but not. But it is that thing of like, I care more about these two than I do about this kid.
Yeah.
And like, it's supposedly all because of some misunderstanding, and yet you're putting them through the worst torture.
Right.
Like,
now,
that's awful.
Like, well, she's fucking around with that. This kid runs upstairs, and John wakes up. He's coming up the stairs. He gets a fucking thing of milk and flour hitting him in the face because, you can't do the paint can because the paint can actually legitimately was like, that's pretty terrible. Like, you don't have a skull anymore after you're hit with the paint can.
Yeah.
So they're like, what can we swing at him? And so a bag of flour?
I guess.
I mean, that you're done after a bag of
definitely
flour.
Definitely a broken nose.
But like, when it hit the dude, I swore his head exploded.
It did kind of, for a minute there,
The CGI was like a little wonky.
I got flashbacks to the Best Friend, I think it is, that the movie where the robot girl throws the basketball at the old woman's head and it explodes.
Yes.
Like a fucking watermelon.
Just a quick aside. The Mackenzie's house They have like 30 gallons of milk in their fridge.
Oh yeah.
What?
Like every different brand.
What is the deal with that?
Sponsorship
almond.
money.
It was off-brand milk. What are you talking
It was
about?
like
Pretty
almond
sure
soap
milk was in
It
there.
was every brand milk. What are you talking about?
It was like great. It was like Walmart Great Value.
It was just to make a joke because they had to go get milk. and
I
they
guess.
They had some Miak from
What do you-
Ernest.
Yeah.
Me up here. Or do you think it's like the dad like legit thinks the more milk you drink, the more cum you have? Is that
Is that a thing?
he's just
For some people,
He's
yes.
drinking the blue milk to get
he's
his
just,
force
he's
up.
just trying to blast Ellie Kemper in the face?
No, that was that was once again we made a joke about, I'm out to get milk, and she's like, what? We have milk, but they don't trust the audience is smart enough
Right.
to see a gallon of milk
right.
and be okay with
Or
it.
just take their word for it that they have milk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you could even have
that's a
that,
funny gag, like to have a bunch of milk in there.
but you could have just had the one scene where she picks
Yeah,
up
no,
the
of
thing
course.
of milk
Yeah,
and is
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we have it. But no, we got to see that they have 30 fucking gallons in their fridge.
Anyway,
So the stairs are covered with butter, and he's like, "Oh, we almost have everything we need to make a pancake, and we just don't have sugar." And then he fucking gets hit with a bag of sugar right in the nards and falls down the stairs.
it's just a half bag.
So-
the kid got peckish on the way down.
Yeah, they fall. What you would call it? They fall down the stairs
Sorry.
a bunch.
Cookies.
There's probably a third of the steps that are clear to butter too.
Not really putting sugar in pancakes.
Or whatever it was they
Cake.
were trying to
Whatever, Tony. Jesus.
I don't cook them.
Lick the sugar off your fingers.
Yeah, lick the cream off your hands.
Listen, I'm going to get shit on for not knowing shit about geology or geography or how to speak. I'm going to shit on other people when they make mistakes, all right?
Fine. So anyway,
Fair enough.
You're about to get a
she.
gold coin.
So now Pam gets up the stairs, and you're like, "Please let this be over." But nope. He does the whole thing where he wiggles the cord for the attic to make it look like he went up there. So she goes and pulls that down, and that's a Nerf gun trap where the Nerf guns have darts, on the front of them. Nerf gun darts with little barbs on the front of them. Those wouldn't fit in a Nerf magazine.
No.
So
You said you did this to Tony when you were a kid?
Tony said I did it to him.
Well, and he probably used a single shot.
God, I wish there were some home movies of
It's
that.
not. I mean, I don't. Did I do that?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Did I do that?
Did I do
Couple
that?
little
Is
differences.
this when you were playing Rocketeer?
Yes.
And someone was
Probably.
Timothy Dalton?
We this wasn't a Nerf gun. It was a
Real
some
gun.
kind of gun. It fired little suction cup darts, but you decided to take one of those little thumbtacks, put a little tape over it, and put it on the end of the suction cup, and you fired that at me a few times.
Nice.
And it's thankfully this was also back in the day when those kind of guns didn't fire that
Right.
or had that much strength behind them, but it still hurt.
I don't remember that.
We were more fond of putting Lego spears in a Nerf bow and arrow.
Sure.
That wouldn't cut you, but it would hurt. It would hurt something fierce, and you'd have like a bird. So anyway,
Lego spears, really?
yeah.
Okay.
What you call it? So either way, now she has a bunch of darts sticking out of her face, and you're just like, God, I don't want to watch this. And then now she goes in another room where he's got a treadmill, and the laws of physics are just being destroyed by this thing. He's throwing weights on it, and it's launching doughs at her. He throws like a ball at her. She catches that. She's talking shit about that, and he puts a kettlebell on there, which would just fall off the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But no, that flies at maximum velocity at her, launches her like across the room, down the stairs. She rides the yoga ball down the stairs, does a little pratfall at the bottom,
And dies.
and dies.
And of course, all of this is because she literally just stands there in the doorway while he does everything. Like
She opens everything and doesn't immediately move to the side.
Yeah.
So now there's some antics with the trampoline. He like bounces off a trampoline and gets out, but then he rigs it so that when John tries to use the trampoline, it falls down, like it falls. Because he offers him a ladder. John's like, I'm not stupid enough to take a ladder. He jumps on the trampoline and
clever.
rather than just fucking go outside and catch the kid.
There is that.
Oh, well, you found this to be an actually funny scene?
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
But
I wouldn't say
again-
actually funny, but
Humorous.
Again, kind of defying
impish.
physics and whatever, but he pulls one of the legs out so that he still kind of bounces off the trampoline, but he instead slams into a tree, which, again, if your face is not fractured already, it is now.
Well, at this point, he loses a tooth.
Yep.
Which
Just
is
like
also
Joe
kind of like
Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
He
Gold
would
Tooth.
have lost all of his 20s at this
Oh,
point, all right? That's,
So at this point, though, Pam finds out that the kid just stole an orange soda because she finds the jacket and doesn't even have the doll. So now, like, John's chasing after the kid. He triggers a bunch of icicles to fall. I couldn't give a shit. They run back in the house.
bad CGI.
CG icicles.
She jumps, like, she tries to use the rope that the kid used to swing down, like, why she thought that would work. I mean, I guess she probably is about the same weight as that porker.
If not
But-
lighter.
I mean,
Yeah.
lighter.
But
Yeah.
she also didn't. She wasn't there when he used that. She wouldn't have
Yeah.
known that's
Yeah.
what it was for.
So she
She's
just,
a couple stones lighter.
just falls like 12 feet,
Yeah.
just on her face.
It's like, wait, he's not a thief. He's just a pig.
Just shakes it off like Taylor Swift and keeps going. And now they decide to talk it out. Now they're going to have a conversation. Like, yo, you don't have the doll. We just really wanted that doll. And then he's like, oh, my parents left me alone. I thought you were going to kidnap me. Blah, blah. Touching music plays. You couldn't give a crap. They decide to,
Yeah, it turns
Yo.
out Bob and Marv are actually Old Man Marley as well.
yeah. And
Fuck you, movie.
you know, they're just like, all right, kid, you destroyed your house and us. But you know, that's fine. We're going to like take you back home and take care of you. We'll call your mom. Everything's cool. And they just take him home. Like, and you know, the next day it's Christmas. He's at the Mackenzies with their shitty, brother, whatever his name is. And, you know, they're like, well, we never did find a doll. And his shitty brother's kid is named Ollie, and it's just awful. He just throws whatever he has in his hand, he just throws it. So he has the doll.
He's just a chimpanzee.
Well,
Yeah.
he's also, I don't remember if we even brought this up, but yeah, he's a shitty little brat and he's a klepto too. So he's the one that stole the doll in the first place.
I think he's been homeschooled to shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally.
Oh yeah. He's
At
so-
the very least.
And
he's
not just
definitely-
because of the pandemic.
Yeah, he's got a case of the tards for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, they show earlier in the film that he kleptos a little Caribbean Santa Claus from a fun fair or whatever.
That's true. I forgot about that.
And the
something
minute
else.
he did that, I'm like,
That's what I said too.
I
is,
get
yeah,
it.
that was when I was like, oh,
I
okay.
So
get it.
now, Ollie throws the doll off the top of the stairs, and both John and Pam fail to get it and hurt themselves. But sure enough, little Porkins over here is able to like slide across the floor and
Yeah.
catch it.
But like me and Will both have the same joke because it legit looks like they just put in the cheat code to turn physics off for this scene.
Yeah.
Now, never mind. This kid, you know, he in his mind he would envision doing that, but he would just make a noise like, "Ugh," and then just Chris Farley through a table.
Yeah,
And
but
that-
no, but like the adults in this are like ragdolling off the walls and
Some
shit.
Gary's Mod action.
Some like
is happening
wire,
here.
some wire fighting.
They also throw in to quote unquote give the comeuppance to the rich spoiled brother and his family, so they kind of get shoved in the face.
Yeah.
But like that's not nearly enough.
I wish they'd done
Like,
that.
it's
I wish they'd
just-
done that to the little thief kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wish after they caught the doll, you just saw a good 10 seconds of the rest of them just kicking this kid.
Yeah.
I would have settled for just like Frankenstein guy if he was still at the top of the stairs and when he, ran up there, tried to grab the doll, it went over his head or whatever. He just grabbed this kid and threw him off the railing like this.
So, either way, Carol finally comes home, gets the kid, and, gets Max. And the only thing I liked about this movie was that Carol took him home and, the house is just fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
And there's there's presumably some fallout from that. Because I like how that's just magically cleaned up in the original Home Alone, which makes no sense.
I mean, he spent the whole night cleaning it, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think
But-
we're supposed to believe he cleaned it, but it does seem a bit much.
Him and the old man just spent the whole night cleaning.
Get the tar off the stairs, old man.
Use that shovel.
Quick, we gotta bleach all this blood before the cops show up.
Also, that would be another take on Home Alone I would like. It's like, oh, everything looks all nice and neat, and like, oh, you did such a great job. I'm so happy to have you here on Christmas. And then she goes downstairs and just steps on that nail in the top. Fuck!
It's like a quiet place.
Yeah,
No, but like, I mean,
oh, I forgot stuff.
but also in the first movie, it's also a lot less like he doesn't fill a whole room with Legos.
Yeah.
Like he ties some paint cans to the to the railings. He can clean
Break
that up.
some ornaments.
And he does fail to clean up Buzz's room, if I
He
remember.
does
Yes.
fail to clean up Buzz's room.
Oh yeah, that's funny because he
Like-
goes to get the
But
gun.
yeah, that is the like tar and the ice on the front stairs. Like you can't really.
I mean, you could take his dad's blowtorch and clear up the
I
ice, I
suppose
guess.
so.
But
The tar, like, yeah, you get new
Yeah, I don't know.
stairs.
Well, you could. I'm sure you could probably get the tar off,
if you get,
but
like, some
not in that
turpentine
time.
or something, yeah.
But like, so did he put tar on the stairs, or did he put tar on? Because I remember when he put the nail down, it was on a roof tile that he put upside
he puts
down.
tar on the
He puts the
stairs,
tar
so
on.
Marv has to take his.
Take his socks
but
and
I think
shoes
he's
off.
saying is the tar on the stairs or on a roof
Might
tile.
be
But
on
if,
stairs.
if it was on roof
Hey.
tiles, though, Marv would be taking those with him. When he
Yeah,
stepped.
it would
Could be,
argue-
Or they
I
nailed
don't
him down.
This
or he nailed him.
we
down.
should have talked about this during.
Oh, yeah.
thing, but
Either
anyway.
way,
Better movie.
Whatever.
Like we're talking about a better
So,
movie.
It cuts
Yeah,
to
'cause we'd
1
rather
year
see
later,
that.
and everything positive that could happen has happened. It's like fucking Birdemic here. Like, we would sold $1 million. Dad sold $1 million worth of solar panels. He's got
$1
a
million.
job. Everything's fine. The doll paid for all of their problems. Everyone's clapping forever.
The
which-
I clapped.
Max's-
I clapped when I saw it.
Max's dad
What?
is back.
Yep.
Andy Daly's back.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
For this 1 second.
We sold the doll. We could afford to have Andy Daly back. But no, what are we led to believe here? They sold the doll. It allowed them to presumably fix their car,
Pay
fix
their
the
house.
house, pay
Get-
their mortgage,
get a
go to
chandelier.
Europe, and
Europea.
somehow that got him a job. And a
They
promotion?
were able to stay afloat long enough that he learned to use the cloud.
It was
instead of
1
doing
year.
Data migration.
And now he's the assistant manager of the cloud.
Using the cloud is
Because that's a real job.
He was on the phone with
Sure.
Steve Jobs' ghost.
I'm pretty sure.
They just started selling blow.
I think that's. I think.
That's the cloud.
I think he just has a bit part on Superstore now. He's the assistant manager of Cloud9
might
stores.
be on
or
Superstore.
whatever
That's the level of actors we're dealing with in this movie.
Either way, it's like happily ever after.
This fat shit gets to do whatever he wants.
Christmas.
Yeah, we get more Christmas
There's
music.
so
We get
many-
animated shit, and we shut it off because fuck it.
They use so many of the same music.
Yeah.
Like in this one, it's just
Oh,
such
it's the
a
same
bullshit
exact
soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Yeah, it-
fuck.
It was color by numbers over the Home Alone script.
What was in that drink?
But anyway, that's Home Sweet Home Alone.
Home Sweet Home Alone. Stupid name. I'll say that.
Yep, sure
You
was.
say Home Alone 4.
Tony,
It would be Home Alone 6, my friend.
Oh, there's a fifth?
Yeah,
how
Oh, wait,
many?
there's a
that's
fourth
the
and a
one
fifth?
with Malcolm McDowell, isn't it? The fifth one,
Wow, I had no idea.
I
just
believe
knew the
Disney-
third.
or
Disney-
Ian McDowell? It's one of the McDowells. Is
I could not
It's probably
remember
Malcolm
which
McDowell.
is which.
He will do any friggin' thing you ask him.
Is that the female lead one?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track.
The next Karate Kid.
I think
I think Disney Plus only has the first 3 on their site.
could be.
Disney Plus has like
I also-
3 too many.
I'm also not sure if that's counting the one that was direct to DVD that was supposed to be a TV series, but they put out the pilot. Well, let's not even.
All right.
So,
I don't even know what rating this could have, but it's too high. I'll tell you that.
Oh my god, this looks terrible.
maybe. So on. Oh yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, that's the TV one.
So
So
legit looks
on-
like a colorized
Oh, it's
version
got
of like
what's
an
his name?
old
French Stewart.
Yeah.
French.
Oh yeah.
Okay. There you
That
go.
also that looks like you're you wanted to do like a Christmas card, so
Oh.
you got your kid to do the pose.
I just
but-
want to slap that kid.
I'm French Stewart. I'm gonna rape this little boy.
Anyway, none of that has to do with this. So, on RottenTomatoes.com, currently critics gave this a score of 16%. Audience gave this a score of 12%.
That's too damn high.
That's their thoughts and opinions. What about you and yours, Rob?
I'm gonna break tradition with what I've done normally on this podcast and say fuck this movie.
Is that? How is that?
Why is that? How's that breaking
Yeah,
tradition?
I've not dropped the F-bomb before on this podcast, but
Wow.
Oh,
It's
it's this quality.
Yeah.
I can't not, because this is the worst thing that I've had. Maybe not the worst thing I've had to sit through, but
it's bad.
it's bad. It's probably the It's like getting a bucket of KFC and it's just all bones and gristle. There's like no meat here. There's nothing. And I mean, I won't say this kid is all bones and gristle, but
Well, he
A lot
ate
of
all the
gristle.
chicken.
he ate all the chicken.
There's a lot of gristle, though.
He did a lot of gristle. Oh, this movie's so bad. Yeah, no. No, absolutely, I can't.
Rob, Will.
Yeah,
Rob.
Oh,
I would
Rob.
say
Little
that
Rob.
as far as
Little Rob.
quality, this is not the worst movie you've had to watch, but because of what its main purpose was, it's really fucking makes me angry because...
How do you define quality, I guess, is the question.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, production value and, like, actors and all that stuff, it's up there, but, like...
It's true. It did have Andy Daly for
Yeah, it did have Andy Daly, but it's just trying... It's
better than
like...
some of the stuff we watched.
It's like so many things now that are just trying to get you in the, hey, remember Home Alone? Like, get you in the nostalgia, and it's like...
Because I just watched fucking Home Alone
Yeah.
on the same
Yeah.
channel.
And you're just doing just a terrible job.
It
It's
auto-played this after I watched Home Alone.
Right.
It started before the credits, just hoped you wouldn't notice.
I mean, some of the actors I know are good because I've seen them be good in other things. The main lead kid, the something Delaney, the guy that played the Mackenzie dad. I've seen him in a show. He's really funny. Aisling B. She's
Aisling
fun.
B,
Aisling B. She's really funny. It's one of those comedies that's also like a trendy thing where like every single line is a joke. Every single line is they're trying to be funny, and it's just like your hit rate is not high enough for that to be worth it. Like a certain 2016 movie we were discussing earlier. But yeah, I would agree with the Rotten Tomatoes people that this is a fail, like a total fail. It's on the fail list. It's just bad, and would not recommend anyone seeing it unless it was like, let's get drunk on too much eggnog and watch something bad around the holidays with friends so we can make fun of it. Like, it was fun watching with the three of you because it's fun to make fun of stuff in live action. But yeah, not good.
Joe.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the worst that we've watched, but this is probably the worst we've watched that doesn't have like a story of it being like a passion project of a crazy person or like an act of industrial espionage stole like the animation or
Stallone in it.
Yeah, or Stallone in it. Well, that's crazy person, passion project of crazy person. Like this seems to have been a competently made piece of shit. Like the person taking the dump knew exactly the all the things you need to do to take the dump and just took it anyway. They could have done anything else. It's just a flagrant lazy cash grab. And
This is on Disney, straight to Disney Plus. How is
Yeah.
this even a cat? I guess I'll say, I'm sorry, I don't mean to step on your...
that's okay.
Go do your thing, and I'll have a question after
Well,
we...
I'm assuming this has to be a way to make money somehow, because I can't think of another reason why they're doing it.
Product placement.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's not, and that makes it even sadder if it's not a cash grab. But
Yeah.
We could get into the weeds about the specifics of it, but it is a cash grab because at the very least it's a, hey, here's some Disney Plus only content, sign up to
Yeah.
Disney Plus to watch
For the
it.
holidays. Yeah.
yeah. Either way,
That I'm sure
Yeah.
that was the intent. Whether they still believed that message and would work once they made the product, I don't know, but
yeah. I mean, is it maybe just to hold on to the rights to this franchise? You have to make a movie every so often. Why do you even want the rights to this franchise anymore? Like, I don't know. But the bottom line, yeah, this movie doesn't have an excuse, and that's inexcusable. The only good thing I could say about this movie is I didn't hear Wham's Last Christmas, so I'm still going strong in December.
Yeah.
I've not gone to Wham Holla yet, but other than that, nothing good.
Ready, Will?
No, you can sing it. That's fine.
Well, you have to give your thoughts, right?
he doesn't care. But yeah, again, it is like I said with the poor cash grab. And
Oh, I don't recommend it.
yeah, sorry. Yes, thank you.
Plot twist, I totally recommend it.
What the hell?
As they both brought up, and you were questioning though, is the thing of quality and competently made stuff. Like, yes, this is all put together nicely. It's just like Joe said, the lack of effort or anything. Like the script is just not there, and no one gave a shit. Maybe some of the actors, but that's. But yeah, I would not recommend this because, like, especially it's the only way you can watch this, as far as I'm aware, is on Disney Plus, which, as we pointed out, Home Alone's right there. So there's no good reason to put this on. It provides nothing, and as Chris Columbus said, you're trying to get lightning in a bottle again. It's not going to work. And to also bring up what I believe Rob mentioned while watching this is we have this trend now where we, much like in Men in Black, we have people wearing Edgar like an Edgar suit. They just do that for movies now, where it's just this shit of, you know, hey, remember this thing?
That's what I was
remember
going
that
to talk about that I totally forgot. Yeah.
wearing Edgar like an Edgar suit.
How this
Disney is like
this is like a
buying
cheap
stuff.
Walmart Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what so much shit is now. Like, it's all just, remember that thing? Here it is. Like, you know, here's a little, that elbow nudge from your friend that's really into whatever.
So,
and it's just terrible.
So you don't recommend it?
I do not recommend it. I do believe it's
So I guess that is my ultimate question. Why does this exist? Because it can't possibly be a cash grab because it is a Disney Plus exclusive. I didn't see any advertising for this outside of Disney Plus.
So, well, again, you got to remember there's a difference between when we get to the end product and what they do going forward versus when they started it out.
Maybe, but there's also there's not really much product placement, and there's Fruit Loops, which are kind of in his backpack. You don't really see it that well.
I don't think it's that. I think it's that. Almost, it's not Netflix bad of just we'll greenlight everything.
Adam Sandler bad.
Well, that
We're
too.
Similar to like people who love Ghostbusters taking their kids to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife. People that like love Home Alone, like our generation that grew up with it, might be like,
no, because
let's
Home
get
Alone
Disney
is on
Plus.
the same channel.
Well, yeah,
so
no.
this
No,
doesn't
I
even
don't know.
advance the theme technologically. I mean, there's a short scene with VR in it. But other than that, it's not really technologically advanced more than Home Alone.
Well, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying.
But what I'm saying is much like the model of, or similar at least to the model that Netflix had. They're getting better with it, but they used to greenlight everything just because they're whatever. It's exclusive content, so you need to sign up for Netflix to get it. So Disney is having that problem now where they have tons of stuff. They have tons of Disney stuff, pre-existing properties, plenty for you to come, but now they want to do more, exclusive new stuff. So they're, what's popular? Oh, well, Muppets are still popular, so let's try and get another one of those shows out. Oh,
Isn't there a Muppet one's coming? Or is it out?
Well, yeah, the Haunted Mansion shit. They're probably going to do a Christmas one. We'll see. But, what else is popular? Obviously they got the Marvel shows going. That's working. But we still want more, so fuck it. What else is popular? Mighty Ducks. Let's do another one of those. Turner and Hooch. Let's do another one of those. Doogie Howser. Let's do another one of those.
Jesus Christ.
They're there. They're all real things. They're all real things. This is what they're doing. They're just taking a name you'll know, making an exclusive show, and they're question how much they give a shit about what the actual product is.
Yeah, not doing quality control on anything.
It's like they're squeezing the teeth so hard, like blood is coming out.
Yeah.
Blood.
Again, all they got to do is,
Blood and propaganda just flowing out of there.
Yeah. We're doing Mighty Ducks, so if we can't get Emilio Estevez, we'll at least mention him. And then
they tried to squeeze a turd out so bad they prolapsed their anus.
Yeah.
This is Disney's prolapsed rectum.
Can Home Alone, now, it's been 6 films. Can they at least have the decency to go the horror movie route and take this to space? Can, the kid be in space
They really should.
with 2 criminals
It's the same shit every time.
firing lasers at people and whatnot?
Did we do Home Alone 2 for the podcast yet?
No.
Okay.
I have a soft spot for 3 because I watched.
Well, you're an idiot. But so, I mean, I've only seen the first 2 in this.
Why does Will even come here? It's just abuse.
Because
it's on my way home from
because
work.
his wife can't see what he eats when he's here.
Pretty much.
Pretty sure she hears it though.
Yeah, she hears the munching.
She doesn't listen to that shit.
Joe,
Oh, I thought you were saying like in the toilet. I'm like, yeah, definitely.
she can smell what he eats. She can smell what the Rock is cooking. Joe, you said you had a a fat chat trial
Well, it was just a soda wasting.
soda wasting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, are we doing
As a
one-
diet
I don't think
Cola.
we need. I think we should discuss this.
Yeah, we need a quick fat.
No, I was
chat.
saying we need to discuss it later,
Yeah.
like at a
Come to
like at
order.
another episode, maybe.
Oh no, we need to do it now.
Yeah, 3 hours is enough for one episode. Come on.
Listen, Will and I ordered pretty much the same thing from two opposing restaurants
Okay.
Because you share a mind, yeah.
and paid vastly different amounts.
What is
Oh.
the dish in question?
So, Will, you ordered Wendy's.
I got a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
2 bacon junior cheeseburgers, and some nugs,
Okay.
and it was like $20.
How many sodas? Any sodas?
Just came with
Okay.
the chicken sandwich,
How much, if any, of that was the meal?
the chicken sandwich, fries, and the drink.
Okay. And then the 2 burgers and nuggets on top? Okay. Was that any kind of meal or deal or? Okay.
And I was fat.
Oh, it's $20. So
I'm not even trying to judge you. I'm just trying to figure out the whole.
You're being like a prosecutor.
I didn't get a drink, but I went to Burger King.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got.
It's already not helping your case.
Yeah.
Listen,
It's a bad start.
Shut your mouth. Shut your bitch mouth. So
Objection, harassing the prosecution.
so I got 2 double bacon cheeseburgers.
All right.
Not like the mini ones. They were like big.
Okay.
An 8-piece nugget and a large fry, and I paid $12 with change.
But there's a
And how
spicy
much?
chicken sandwich difference and a soda.
Yeah, wait, how much
difference,
did you-
right?
20.
But he got the value burgers, right?
Yeah.
This is the little burgers.
12 and 20?
12 and 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
Thank you.
I'm not
He was
saying
trying
Will
to,
made
he
a
was
bad
trying to
choice.
tell me Burger King's better.
I'm not saying Burger King's better quality, but I'm saying
He got, if I'm following this correctly, he got 1 additional sandwich than you. He got chicken instead of beef. That's always more expensive.
he got a drink.
He got a meal. Yeah, so the drinks and fries included.
Yeah, I'm loving this. I'm
What's-
fucking loving
That's-
this.
I'm just,
And I mean, yeah, if you want to get into quality,
Will's not the one
Let
on
him finish
trial
his
here.
argument though. Like, what's
Yeah, I don't
your-
understand his
what's your
argument.
motion?
My
right
point
now?
is, I was going to go to Wendy's.
Yeah.
I had the app open, and I looked, and it was $8 for a burger.
yeah,
Do you think maybe the app jacks the price up?
No,
I don't think it's
why
that.
would the app check?
It's usually the store.
And
some
yes,
kind of
chicken
app
chicken was more expensive
It
too.
always is.
But then, like Burger King was literally half the price.
You also you said you had to wait really long in the Burger King line.
Yeah, because there was a ton of people in front of me, not because they were slow.
Well, I'm just saying.
You also got to remember, if you really want to get into the specifics of all this, Wendy's is now having this thing where they guarantee like fresh fries.
Yeah, fresh
and
fries,
stuff.
I get it.
Burger King, I don't give a fuck.
Burger King isn't even going to guarantee you get your food.
Yeah, they might not even have beef or cheese that day, and I'd be willing to guess there's probably only about a 60% chance that what you ate was beef.
So are we throwing out the case?
Let's bring. I'm gonna bring up my.
Well, I'm still confused as to what the charge is.
I don't know. I was brought to this trial.
I think if I'm getting this right, no, you are not on trial. It's basically this is Wendy's versus Burger King.
Guys, I just got an email from Wendy's. This is breaking news.
Okay. All right.
It says
New evidence has emerged.
It says you
being
forgot
sued for defamation.
you forgot to order your order. I had an order on the Wendy's
okay.
app. I was ready to go.
Uh-huh.
It's nice of them to remind you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna click on this. So let's see.
You got an email from Burger King saying, "Don't ever fucking come here again."
So you're now going to read us your order that will change nothing, add nothing, mean nothing, and get us nowhere.
Yeah.
I objection. This evidence is
Yeah, what?
doesn't make any sense.
All right.
Is this badgering the witness? What is this?
I don't know. What is it when they bring
Or
evidence?
the witness is badgering?
I'm throwing out the evidence. The evidence wasn't
So
approved.
a bacon double stack. A bacon double stack at Wendy's is $6.38.
Okay.
That's 2 pieces of meat plus bacon.
Can I
And cheese.
The $6.
can I stop you for a minute and just cut to the chase?
Rob is like,
Is Wendy's more expensive than Burger King? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, are we done now?
I mean,
Motion carry.
yeah.
I want Wendy's to answer for this.
I mean, you won the case, but like, yeah, everyone knows that. Like
no one was arguing it.
when someone's
Yeah.
like, but Burger King is, the question is, why'd you go to Burger King? Like,
Because it's way cheaper. It was
but
literally
you get
half
what
the
you pay
price.
for.
I enjoyed my
Are there
food, though.
are Burger
White
King burgers
Castle-
square? No,
White-
case
yeah,
dismissed.
White Castle is a quarter of that.
Whatever.
And it's shit.
Yeah.
What is your point?
You've been slandering Burger King for decades now.
I have.
I know.
have
Now
indeed.
you're
And
now
all
you're a
of a sudden
Burger King
you're changing
bitch.
your tune because
Yeah, again, this.
You're the king's
I don't know why this is
jester.
news to him.
yeah.
Wendy's, top tier quality. Burger King, middle. McDonald's, bottom. Burger King, top tier, money saving. Burger King, middle. Wendy's, bottom. That's how it's kind of
Or
always
McDonald's
been.
middle.
McDonald's is the
No,
top or
I
middle,
think McDonald's
We
is
don't.
the
We don't
cheapest.
factor McDonald's in because it's not actually food.
and they don't argue. They don't say that it's real meat.
We don't go to McDonald's. Like,
do not.
I think that's pretty much
I would say
maybe yeah.
I've
I
not
would
been
say-
in a while.
Burger King's had a bit of a renaissance these past.
Not near me. It's had quite the opposite.
Well, that's
It's the
fair.
dark ages there.
But see, but Wendy's can also
plague.
very heavily
Oh yeah.
location.
Burger King, I should say, has never had a renaissance in their staffing issues, and
True.
service issues. But I mean,
this may
Burger
be-
King's the only one of these restaurants I can go to.
This may
And
be
by
a-
that, I think you mean they have the same people that have been
Yeah.
working there since the
Well,
Renaissance.
Joe, McDonald's has the McPlant now.
I'm not even aware of this. What is the McPlant?
I have no idea what it's made of, but I assume there's got to be at least 12% plant material for them to call it that.
I would not guarantee that.
I'll do some research on the McPlant, and maybe next time, in like 3 months when we do another episode, I'll give you
St.
a
Patrick's
report.
Day.
Weirdly enough, I feel like McDonald's is the one place where there'll be more meat in the plant product
Oh,
than the meat product.
it was created in partnership with Beyond Meat.
Okay.
Um,
Such a horrible name.
Partnership
yeah, it's
was the
gross.
court.
Well,
The court ordered us to pay them money after we stole their formula.
correct. Yeah, and I guess Wendy's started a spicy black bean burger.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I have to do some field research.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get back to us on
All right.
that.
So court dismissed. No one's
I'm
held
not
liable.
listen, I'm not even here to bring up charges against Wendy's. I love Wendy's.
You're just some town fool yelling at
You're
the
just
court.
getting on a soapbox.
You're just outside the courthouse yelling.
I am really just getting on a soapbox. I really wanted Wendy's because I really wanted good fries
No,
today.
yeah, like he's literally the guy over here going like, "Did you guys know water is wet? What the fuck? Why didn't no one tell me about this?"
Getting the courthouse security to usher
Really,
you off
what
the...
it is
This is very.
I'm upset at Wendy's that they priced me out today.
But they wanted you back. I mean, that was kind of nice that they sent an email.
Yeah, they sent me an email, but first of all, they didn't even save my order in the app,
Oh, how dare they?
which is bullshit. Like, don't tell me I missed my order and not even save it.
Ladies and gentlemen who listen to the 4 a.m. podcast,
Again, I'm sorry.
I would like to bring this back
It's
on
Christmas.
the rails
Shut up.
and wish you all happy holidays.
Whatever you celebrate.
No, Merry Christmas. I don't give a shit about
right.
your made up nonsense.
Okay.
Because Christmas isn't made up.
Yeah, shut up, Will. You're gonna get a Reese's peanut butter cup to the mouth.
I'm just gonna throw a whole 2-liter
Yes,
bottle. of
Don't
soda
threaten
in
me
your
with a
face.
good time.
So remember that the one true holiday is where we praise the fat guy that gives us free stuff on Jesus' birthday because he was not
was there.
born in December, but we
No.
saying
Santa
he
was there.
and-
Santa was there,
sure.
or at least that kid was.
He brought the myrrh.
And somehow a rabbit that shits eggs is included in some of this
Jojo
somewhere.
Rabbit again. That fat kid.
It all
That
makes
makes
sense.
Full circle. I gotta go home.
Oh, yeah,
Joe's
yeah.
gotta go home.
Love you
Will's
all.
gotta go home. Tony's gotta go home. I gotta go to the bathroom. Everybody's tired.
The usual Friday poop till you pass out.
Yeah,
After
it's
the
pretty
podcast?
much. Yeah, well, these days I could pretty much just poop all day, every day.
I thought you were gonna say these days I could just shit on the toilet till I fall asleep.
I thought he was gonna say poop the bed.
Pretty much.
Or that.
Yeah, it's pretty much
But
where
those
we're at
rubber
now.
sheets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's toast them down.
Guys, happy Christmas and have a great enjoy the rest of your
Oh,
have
we're
a
done
good
talking about
Rubber
shitting
sheets
himself in
and
the bed.
prolapsed anuses
Yeah.
for all.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
wish you were prolapsed rectum.
Happy holidays, folks. Hope you have a good one. Oh, fuck.
My presents to everyone out there.
And to all a good fart.
That's right. I think I got a speck in my eye. Good night.
Yeah, breathe
Right.
the clouds.
Jesus.
I put my mouth right where I farted.
Baby Jesus.